There's something about a parent's love for their child. It's unconditional and real. There's nothing like the pride in their eyes when you rise above, showing them their sacrifices weren't in vain. But let's be honest, that pride doesn't come from staying comfortable. It doesn't come from waiting for success to knock on your door. It comes from action, stepping up when life pushes you down, and breaking barriers when others would have given up. Picture your mom sitting at home, watching you, waiting for you to become the best version of yourself. She's not waiting because she doubts you, but because she believes in you. She's waiting for you to take that leap, to change your life, to make her proud. So why are you waiting? Why let time slip by? Every day you waste is a day you can't get back. Every second spent doubting yourself could have been spent moving forward. Do you think she's proud of you right now? Sure, she loves you, and she's happy you're alive and doing well. But deep down, she's hoping for more. Not material things, but more from your potential, your drive, your purpose. She wants to see you rise, not just for her, but for yourself. She wants to see you build something lasting, something bigger than the daily grind. She wants to see you become the person she knew you could be the moment you were born. But here's the truth. Nobody reaches their goals by standing still. You have to move. You have to act. You have to make sacrifices and put in the work, even when it's uncomfortable, even when you don't feel like it, even when life knocks you down. It's not about being perfect. It's about showing up day after day, even if you don't see results immediately, because when you keep showing up, especially on the tough days, that's when you prove to yourself you are serious about your future. And if you're serious about your future, your mom will be proud, not because of your achievements, but because of who you're becoming. You didn't take the easy route. You didn't quit when it got hard. You fought for it. You earned it. Think about it. Growing up, your mom was there for every scrape, every fall, every moment of doubt. She told you that you could do it, that you were enough. That belief, it's still there. It hasn't gone anywhere. She's still waiting for you to realize it too. Stop doubting yourself. Stop making excuses. Stop saying, I'll do it tomorrow. Start saying, I'll do it today. You might be thinking, it's too hard, or I'm not ready, or what if I fail? Here's the truth. If you don't fail, you'll never learn. And if you don't learn, you'll never grow. Failure is part of the process. It teaches us what doesn't work so we can discover what does. But waiting for the perfect moment, that's fear of failing. And that fear, it's holding you back. Your mom didn't raise a quitter. She didn't raise someone afraid of failing. She raised someone with the potential for greatness. Stop thinking you need everything to line up perfectly before taking action. You don't. Start where you are. Use what you have. Do what you can. And keep moving. The moment you take that first step, you're already ahead of the person who hasn't even tried. People will doubt you. They'll say it's impossible. They'll want you to fail. But guess what? Their opinions don't matter. Not as long as you're moving toward your purpose, as long as you're making your mom proud. When you get knocked down, and you will, everyone does, don't stay down. Get up. Keep moving. Get stronger, smarter, better. The world is full of people who gave up, who thought they weren't enough, who let fear hold them back. But you're not those people. You're not a quitter. You've been given the gift of life and the opportunity to do something with it. The question is, what will you do with that gift? Your mom is waiting. Your parents are waiting. They're waiting for you to step up and show them the person you were always meant to be. They're waiting for you to prove their sacrifices weren't in vain. They're waiting for you to take the life you've been given and turn it into something extraordinary. But they can't do it for you. Only you can. So, what will you do? What's your next step? What action will you take today to get closer to the person you were meant to be? Your mom is waiting, and so is the world. Don't make them wait any longer. There's power in realizing you're capable of something greater than where you are today. Progress is always within reach, and it begins right here, right now. You want to make your parents proud, but the first step is being proud of yourself. You owe it to yourself to become the best version of who you are, because the work you put in today will echo through the rest of your life and the lives of those who've always believed in you, especially your mom. Every time you step out the door, every time you wake up, every time you fight through the grind, remember your mom is waiting. She's always been there for you, giving so much, sacrificing for you, cheering you on when the world didn't. But now, it's time for you to rise. It's time to show them their sacrifices weren't in vain, and that you're living not just for yourself, but for them too. Do you really want another year to pass without making a change? Without proving to yourself and the world that you're worth it? Don't sit back and wait for things to improve. You are the one who has to make it happen. The moment you take control, take responsibility for your life, that's when everything starts to change. It's easy to get caught up in excuses, distractions, and life's noise. But deep down, you know what you want. You know what you're capable of. Your mom doesn't want you wasting your potential. She wants to see you rise, to thrive, to build something of yourself, because she knows you can. You don't need to be perfect. You don't need it all figured out. But you do need to take action, even if it's just a one step at a time. Even if it's starting small, starting with something that scares you. Every step, no matter how small, is progress toward a better future. Not just for you, but for everyone who believes in you. And there's no one who believes in you more than your mom. Don't make excuses. Don't say you'll start tomorrow. Start now. Today. You have the power to change your life and make something incredible of it. And the best part, you're not doing it alone. You have the love and support of your parents, especially your mom, who's always been there for you. You owe it to her to make it count, to give her the peace of knowing all she did for you is worth it. So when life gets hard, when obstacles seem too great, and when the voices in your head urge you to quit, remember this: your mom is waiting. She's waiting for you to step into your greatness. She's waiting for you to become the person she always knew you could be. Don't let her down. Don't let yourself down. You were made for more. You were made for greatness. And that greatness begins with the choices you make every single day. Will you choose to push through the discomfort? Will you rise above the challenges? Will you fight for your dreams, even when no one else believes in them? The journey won't be easy. Nothing worthwhile ever is. The road will be long, and setbacks are inevitable. There will be moments when you want to give up. But when you keep going, when you push through, when you show up for yourself and for your mom, that's when the magic happens. That's when you realize that all the pain, struggle, and effort were worth it. And when you finally achieve success, when you reach the goals you've set, you'll look back and see that it wasn't just about you. It was about making those who believed in you proud. It was about showing your mom that her sacrifices weren't in vain. It was about honoring her love and dedication by becoming the person she always knew you could be. Every day is another opportunity to get closer to the person you want to become. But that person won't appear on its own. You have to choose it. You have to commit to the journey. It won't be easy, but nothing truly worthwhile ever is. The best things in life are earned, not given, and you have everything it takes to put in the work. Don't expect anyone else to do it for you. This journey is yours. It will require discipline, sacrifice, and a relentless commitment to yourself and your dreams. But you're not alone. Your mom is rooting for you. Your parents are cheering you on, even when they're not physically beside you. Their belief in you is stronger than any doubt you might have. They've always known your potential, and they're watching. They're watching to see if you'll rise, to see if you'll choose the hard path over the easy one, to see if you'll stand up after you fall, keep going when you want to quit. They're watching to see if you'll make them proud, but most importantly, they're watching to see if you'll make yourself proud. That's the key. The real goal isn't just to make others proud, it's to make yourself proud, to know deep down that you gave everything you had, to know you didn't let fear, laziness, or doubt hold you back, to look at yourself in the mirror and see someone who fought for what they wanted, who worked hard for what they earned, who showed up even when it was tough. Your mom wants to see you become someone who doesn't quit. She doesn't want you to settle for mediocrity. She wants you to realize your full potential and live a life that reflects the amazing person she knows you are. But to do that, you must put in the effort, the hours, the sacrifices, and the determination are all part of the journey. It won't be easy. You'll hit bumps in the road. You'll face moments when progress feels slow. But every ounce of effort, every challenge you face, is shaping you into something stronger. It's building you into the person who will not just reach their dreams, but surpass them. Every time you face a challenge, think about your mom. Think about her sacrifices, the hours she spent supporting you, the love she poured into you, the unwavering faith she's always had. She didn't do all of that for you to give up. She did it so you could succeed, so you could become the person she's always believed in. When you feel like quitting, when the pressure becomes overwhelming, when the temptation to take the easy road is strong, remember why you started. Remember that someone, your mom, is waiting for you to rise. She's waiting for you to show the world what you're made of. She's waiting for you to be everything she knows you can be. You've got what it takes. You've always had it inside you. It's time to stop holding back. Stop making excuses. It's time to step into your power. Look at your mom. Look at everything she's done for you. Let that fuel you. Let it ignite a fire inside you that won't be extinguished. Let it push you to work harder, fight longer, and believe deeper in yourself. This is your time. You were never meant to live in the shadows. You were meant to shine. The world is waiting for you to show up and show them what you're capable of. So take the first step, then take the next. Keep pushing, keep working, keep fighting, because your success won't just be for you. It'll be for your mom, your parents, and everyone who's believed in you from the start. You are worthy of greatness. You are capable of more than you realize. Now is the time to prove it, not just to the world, but to yourself. Because when you rise, when you become the person you were always meant to be, that will be the greatest gift you can give. And your mom will be there, cheering you on every step of the way, just like she always has. There will be times when you question whether all this effort is worth it, or if you'll ever reach the place you dream of. Those moments of doubt are normal. They're part of the journey. But remember this, doubt is simply a sign that you're on the edge of something bigger. It means you're pushing past your comfort zone, and that's where growth happens. It's easy to think that success happens overnight, that one big break or lucky opportunity will change everything. But success isn't about those rare moments. It's about the grind. It's about the hours no one sees, the work that goes unnoticed, the quiet dedication for no one's watching. That's what builds the foundation for lasting success. Your mom knows that better than anyone. She understands the value of hard work, sacrifice, and persistence. She's seen it in her own life and in yours. She knows greatness isn't given, it's earned. And she believes in your ability to earn it because she's seen your strength, even when you've doubted yourself. Every sacrifice you make, every uncomfortable step you take, is building the future you want. It's shaping you into the person capable of handling the challenges that come with success. Because the higher you climb, the bigger the challenges. And with those bigger challenges come greater opportunities for growth. But you've got this. You've been preparing for this moment your whole life. The struggles, the failures, the times you picked yourself up, they weren't setbacks, they were lessons. Every mistake was an opportunity to learn, and with each step forward, you're not just getting closer to success, you're becoming the person who will thrive, no matter what comes their way. You're not alone. You have a community of support, and most importantly, you have yourself. You have the strength, the drive, and the heart to push through anything that stands in your way. And with your mom cheering you on, you're never really alone. Her love and belief in you are constant reminders of your potential. There will be moments when you feel like giving up, when the path ahead seems impossible. But when that happens, remember, quitting isn't an option. Not because you owe anyone, but because you owe it to yourself. You owe it to the person who believes in you, the person who's waiting to emerge. That person is capable of more than you realize, and every day, you're one step closer to unleashing that power. So when the road gets tough, when obstacles seem insurmountable, and doubts try to hold you back, keep going. Keep believing. Keep pushing forward, because every step you take brings you closer to proving to yourself that you're more than capable of achieving your dreams. This is your journey. You are the hero of your own story. Like any great hero, you will face challenges, you will face adversity, but you will always rise. You will always keep going. You will always be your own greatest source of strength. And when you look back on this journey, you'll be proud of how far you've come. And you'll know it was all worth it. Your mom will be proud of you. But more importantly, you'll be proud of yourself. That pride will carry you through every future challenge, knowing you are someone who doesn't quit, doesn't back down, and is capable of achieving everything they set out to do. Because when you rise for yourself, for your dreams, and for everyone who's believed in you every step of the way. When you look ahead, the end might not always be clear. The road can seem long, and the destination far away. But remember, progress isn't always about knowing exactly where you're going. It's about moving forward, no matter how small the steps may seem. Every action, no matter how tiny, gets you closer. It's the persistence, the consistent effort, that makes the biggest difference in the long run. It's okay not to have everything figured out right now. The future will unfold as it's meant to, but only if you keep taking action. Trust the process, even when it feels uncertain. There will be days when it feels like nothing is moving forward, or that you're stuck in place. On those days, remember that growth doesn't always show on the surface, but it's happening. You're learning, evolving, and transforming into someone who will succeed, not just because of your victories, but because of the challenges you've faced and overcome. Also, it's important to remember that it's okay to ask for help. No one has ever done anything truly great alone. Whether it's a mentor, a friend, or even your mom, support is vital. It's not a sign of weakness to need others. It's a sign of strength to know when to seek guidance. Your journey won't always be smooth, but that's what makes it so rewarding when you get through the tough times. Every obstacle you face is a chance to test your resolve, and when you make it through, you'll be stronger, wiser, and more prepared for what's ahead. Those challenges will shape you, mold you into someone who not only dreams big, but also has the fortitude to make those dreams a reality. The most important thing to remember is that success isn't just about reaching a destination. It's about becoming the person capable of achieving it. The grit, the mindset, the resilience, that's what truly matters. These qualities will carry you through every stage of life, and as you build them, you'll build a foundation that can withstand any storm. You have what it takes. You always have. Your potential is limitless, and every single day is an opportunity to realize that potential. The work you put in, the choices you make, and the mindset you adopt all play a part in shaping your future. So don't hold back. Embrace every challenge, celebrate every victory, and most of all, never stop believing in yourself. And when it gets tough, and it will. Remember the words your mom has always believed in. You are capable. You are strong. You are worthy of everything you're working toward. When you look back on this journey years from now, you'll see that everything you did was worth it. The struggles, the pain, the doubts, it all paid off. Because the person you become through all of it will be more than enough to accomplish whatever you set your heart on. When you face setbacks, don't see them as roadblocks. They're stepping stones. Every successful person has faced failure. They've been knocked down, questioned their path, and doubted their worth. The key difference is, they didn't stay down. They got up, brushed off the dust, and kept moving. They understood that failure wasn't the end. It was part of the journey. It's not how many times you fall, but how many times you rise that defines you. Your mom has always believed in you, even when you didn't believe in yourself. She's been your biggest supporter, even when you didn't see it. She wants you to succeed, to chase your dreams, and to create something incredible with your life. But above all, she wants you to be happy. And true happiness comes when you stay true to yourself, push through the struggles, and build a life you're proud of. When you're tempted to quit, think about her. Think of the sacrifices she's made, the love and guidance she's given, and the hope she holds for your future. She's done everything she could to make your life easier, to give you opportunities she didn't have. Don't let her faith in you be in vain. Don't let her hopes for you fade because you got tired or discouraged. Push forward. For her, for you, and for the legacy you're creating. Remember, you're not just working for a paycheck or a title. You're working to show your family what's possible. You're building a future that will inspire those who love you most. Every decision, every action you take proves to them that their hard work wasn't for nothing, that their belief in you was never misplaced. Success isn't just about achieving for the sake of success. It's about achieving something meaningful. It's about leaving a legacy. Not just for yourself, but for the people who supported you along the way. When you succeed, it's not just your victory, it's theirs too. You've made them proud. You've shown them that their dreams for you came true. Here's the thing about success. It's not about perfection. It's not about never making mistakes or never failing. It's about how you respond when things go wrong. Success is built on persistence, and that's something you can develop. It's about picking yourself back up and moving forward, even when the odds are against you. So when you're feeling weak, when you're questioning your ability to keep going, think of your mom. Think of the love she's given you, the guidance she's shown, and the faith she has in you. Think of the pride she'll feel when you achieve everything you've set out to do. And remember how proud you'll be of yourself for not giving up. You've made it this far for a reason. You have the strength inside to go even further. Don't stop now. In the end, life isn't just about the destination. It's about the journey. And that journey, it's made up of the decisions you make every day, the commitment you put in, the effort you give, and the choices you make when no one is watching. Those moments, the dedication, the hustle, that's what defines your future. The big moments will come, but they are built on the small ones, on the work, on the consistency, on the never giving up. Let your mom's love fuel you. Let her sacrifices remind you why you started. Let her pride in you be the fire that pushes you to keep moving, to keep working, to keep striving for something greater. You owe it to her, to yourself, and to the future you're building. One day, when you look back on this journey, you'll see that all the sacrifices, the struggles, and the hard work were worth it. You'll see that the pain was part of the process, and the victory will feel even sweeter. You'll look at your mom and know that everything you've done was for her, for the family, and for the future you all dreamed about. So take that first step, then the next, and then the next. Keep moving forward, because every step is one step closer to making that vision a reality. Every time you push through, even when it's hard, you're proving to yourself and to everyone who believes in you that you have what it takes. You have the strength, you have the heart, you have the vision. And when you succeed, when you finally reach your goal, remember this: your mom's voice will be there, cheering you on. She's always been there, and she'll always be there, proud of the person you've become. Let's just say it straight. Feeling tired? That's not weakness. Wanting to quit? That's human. But quitting? That's a choice. And only you get to decide if you're done or just getting started. Every time you move closer to something that matters, the reasons to stop show up. Loud, relentless. It's too early. It's too late. You're tired. You're too old. You're not ready. They show up dressed as logic, disguised as being realistic. But let's be real. They're just excuses in disguise, comfortable lies that sound responsible. When you're chasing something real, your goals, your dream, the life you know you're capable of, reasons to stop are everywhere. In your bank account, in your friend circle, in your feed, in the mirror. They don't leave. They grow louder the closer you get. That's not a warning sign. That's proof you're close. Start a business, no one cares. Post your progress, no one claps. Change your life, people laugh, skip the party. They talk, stay focused. They call you obsessed. This path isn't for everyone. It's not supposed to be easy. Easy doesn't teach. Easy doesn't prepare you. Easy doesn't make you unbreakable. There will always be reasons to stop, but you only need one reason to keep going. One moment that woke you up. One picture of the life you want. One promise you made to yourself. That reason, hold on to it. Burn it into your mind. When the excuses get loud, that's your anchor. Most people quit. That's the truth. They quit when it's hard, when it's boring, when the results don't show fast enough. Some never start at all, too afraid to fail, too afraid to look dumb, too worried about opinions. You don't have to be most people. You don't need to be perfect. You don't need to be the smartest. You don't even need to be the best. You just need to keep showing up, especially when it's hard. That's the moment everything changes. When you want to quit, but you don't. When you say, no matter what, I'm showing up. You don't rise to your goals. You fall to your habits. If your habit is quitting when it gets hard, don't be shocked when you stay stuck. But if your habit is pushing through, showing up when it sucks, you've already separated yourself from the pack. Winning isn't about feeling good. It's about doing the work, especially when you don't feel like it. Yeah, there will always be reasons to stop. But what if today you didn't? You wake up tired, sore, discouraged. The scale won't move. The bills are piling. The inbox is full. Your motivation's gone. And quitting? Quitting feels like relief. That's the trap. Quitting feels good at first. Letting go of the pressure gives you that quick, warm hit of comfort. But it doesn't last. That comfort fades. And what you're left with is regret. Doubt. That voice in your head asking, what if I had just kept going? Most people settle for almost. Almost made it. Almost finished. Almost changed. But almost doesn't change your life. Almost is a ghost. Almost builds nothing. There's no strength in quitting before the breakthrough. No growth in walking away when it gets hard. Comfort doesn't make you stronger. Resistance does. Every rep when you're exhausted. Every no when it'd be easier to say yes. Every day you keep going, even when it feels like it doesn't matter. That's the work. That's the part no one wants to talk about. That's what makes the difference. People say it's not working. But what they really mean is, it's not working fast enough. But nothing worth having shows up fast. You don't plant a seed and dig it up the next day to check the roots. You water it, you wait, you trust. Same goes for your goals. You show up, you sweat, you struggle. And yeah, for a while, it feels like nothing's changing. Yes. Every time you resist the urge to quit, you're building something, not just progress. You're building grit, character, a foundation strong enough to carry the weight of your future. There will always be reasons to stop, but none of them outweigh the one reason to keep going. Because you said you would. You made a promise to yourself, to your future, to the person you're becoming. And that promise has to mean something, especially when no one else is watching. That's discipline. It's showing up when no one's clapping. No reward, no deadline. Just you, the work, and the silence. That's when it counts. Let others scroll. Let them quit. Let them talk. You keep building because you're not chasing quick wins. You're not here for validation. You're here for transformation. And real transformation, it takes time. It takes pain. It takes choosing progress over comfort. Again and again. You don't need easy. You need consistent. And sometimes that means dragging yourself through the mud of your own excuses just to get it done. Nobody remembers the person who almost made it. They remember the one who kept showing up when no one else did. That's the story that matters. Ever notice how the reasons to stop always sound reasonable? I'm tired. I'll do it tomorrow. I've done enough. It's not working. Maybe it's just not for me. Sounds fair, right? That's the trap. Those excuses sound like they're protecting you, but really, they're stealing from you. Quietly, slowly, without a fight. Here's the truth. The hardest part isn't the workout. It isn't the business. It isn't the grind. The hardest part is ignoring your excuses. That's the real fight. Not against other people, but against that voice in your head that says, let's just chill. You don't need to conquer the world. You need to conquer your comfort zone. Most people lose that fight, not because they're weak, but because they never even fought. They believe the excuses, let them in, let them stay. But you, if you want this, really want this, you've got to challenge every excuse that whispers. Ask yourself, is this real or just resistance in disguise? Here's something simple. If you only show up when it's easy, you'll never earn anything that's hard to reach. And everything worthwhile, it's hard to reach. That's why this moment matters. Because you're gonna hit that wall. You'll feel stuck. You'll be doing everything right and still, nothing moves. And when that happens, your whole body will scream, stop! That's the moment that defines you. That's the test. Can you keep going with no applause, no feedback, nothing but silence? Because success lives on the other side of silence. Real growth happens when no one's clapping. Not your friends, not social media, not even your own thoughts. You can keep going when it's quiet, dark, cold, boring, you become unstoppable. That's what separates winners. Not talent, not luck, not opportunity, just the willingness to keep moving when everything says stop. That's how people succeed. They push once more. They show up one more day. They tune. The silence becomes celebration. The sacrifice becomes strength. But only if you keep going. There will always be reasons to stop. They'll be there tomorrow. They'll be there next week. But the reason to keep going, that's yours. And if you keep choosing it over and over, the reasons to quit start losing their power. Because eventually, you stop being someone who's chasing results, and you become someone who doesn't stop. At first, discipline is just an action, a workout, wake-up time, a choice. You force it. It's effort. It's exhausting. But if you stay with it, something shifts. Discipline stops being what you do. It becomes who you are. You're no longer trying to stay consistent. You are consistent. You don't need perfect conditions. You don't need support. You don't wait on motivation. You move anyway. And that shift, that's everything. Most people never reach it. They get a little tired, a little bored, and they think that means stop. But that's the threshold. That's the point where the real you starts to emerge. Because let's be real, what's actually stopping you? It's not your ability, it's not time, it's not money, it's the story you keep telling yourself about why you can't. I've always been like this. I don't have what it takes. It's not the right time. You have to break the old narrative. Rewrite it, not with words, but with action. Every choice you make is a vote for the person you're becoming. Each time you do the work instead of making an excuse, you cast a vote for the stronger version of yourself. That version doesn't need motivation or attention. They move in silence and get things done because they need to be done, not for applause. That's how you win. Not by being loud, not by waiting for the perfect plan, but by stacking quiet win after quiet win in the dark, in the grind, when no one is watching. And yeah, you'll slip. You'll miss a workout, mess up, sleep in. That's not the point. The point is whether you get back up faster. Discipline isn't about perfection. It's about persistence. You don't need to be flawless for 100 days straight. You just need to win more often than you lose. And to do that, you need to remember, there will always be reasons to quit, but you don't have to listen. Instead, remind yourself why you started. What are you building? Who are you building it for? What future are you stepping into? If it really matters, then deep down, you already know the answer. Don't stop. You're not chasing a quick win. You're building a life. And anything worth building takes time, effort, and a kind of unreasonable patience most people don't have. You're creating something no one else can see yet, so they'll call it obsession, unrealistic, too much, let them. Because when it finally happens, those same people will call it luck. What they won't see are the early mornings, the lonely nights, the sacrifices no one applauded. You gave up comfort and ease. You chose the hard road, the one that actually leads somewhere. Now you're in the thick of it. This is where it gets tough, where the excitement fades and it's just work, repetition, showing up. But this is exactly where you grow. This is where you become the version of yourself who doesn't flinch at delays, doesn't chase praise, doesn't need outside approval. You're not just training your body, you're training your mind, your focus, your grit, your spirit. That's what it takes. If you want a strong life, goals aren't enough. You need grit. Discipline doesn't just help you succeed. It helps you stand back up when life knocks you down. And it will. Things will go wrong. People will disappoint you. Plans will fall apart. You'll feel like everything is slipping away. In those moments, the reasons to quit will scream louder than ever. They'll sound like facts, but they're not just fear disguised as logic. So hear this and let it sink in. You were not built to break. You weren't put here to settle or to live a life of mediocrity. You are capable of more, but only if you stay in the fight. Not just today, not just when it's easy, but every single day. And no, you won't always feel strong. That's okay. You don't need to feel strong, you need to act strong. Because real strength isn't a feeling, it's a decision. So when excuses come, and they will, stand your ground. When doubt creeps in, and it will, move anyway. When progress vanishes, and it will, trust the process. You don't owe anyone proof. But if you made yourself a promise, keep it. That's how you win. Not with magic, not with luck, not by waiting for a sign, but by refusing to quit when quitting feels like the easiest option. Because the moment you stop isn't when not talent, not ambition, not big dreams. What's rare is endurance, the ability to keep going, not for days, not for weeks, for years, quietly, steadily, without a spotlight, without permission, without praise. That's the difference. Anyone can show up on day one, hyped and ready. Anyone can grind when it's fresh, when the coffee kicks in. But day 100, day 500, when it's raining, when you're broke, when you're tired, when there's no visible progress, that's when most people vanish. You want to build something real? Learn how to show up in the dark, when nobody's watching, when nobody's cheering, when it's just you and the work. That's when it counts. That's when you stop being someone who's just trying and start becoming someone committed to finishing. People ask, how do I stay motivated? That's the wrong question. The better one is, how do I stay consistent without motivation? Because motivation is a mood, discipline is a muscle. And if you train it, if you build it, it will carry you when everything else fails. But here's the truth. Building that kind of discipline is brutal. It means saying no when every part of you wants to say yes. It means early mornings, late nights, missed weekends, skipped parties. It means showing up tired, sore, burnt out, and doing it anyway. And yeah, it's going to feel like too much sometimes. You'll wonder, is this even worth it? And the answer, not today, not tomorrow. But one day, absolutely. One day, when the noise fades and the pieces finally click, when you look back at the road you crawled through, you'll get it. You'll understand why you didn't quit. And it won't just be about what you gained, the success, the money, the body, the freedom. It'll be about who you became, because that's what this is really about. Not the goal, not the trophy, not the finish line. It's about becoming the kind of person who doesn't give up, who learns how to keep going, who gets back, someone who doesn't need the world to understand their grind because they know what it means to them. So yeah, there will always be reasons to stop, but you only need one reason to keep going. And if that reason is real to you, if it means something deep, that's enough, even if the world doesn't get it, even if it hurts, especially if it hurts, because pain isn't always a signal to quit. Sometimes it's the sound of progress. Sometimes it means you're close. So keep going, keep pushing, keep showing up. Let them rest, let them stop, let them doubt. You finish. Let's cut the fluff. If you're going to live a life that means something, really means something, you're going to have to put something on the line. That's the cost. And no, it's not always money. It's usually comfort. It's identity. It's certainty. It's the illusion of safety. Because the truth is, if you want something different, you have to do something different. And doing something different, that means risk. We've been lied to, taught that success comes from planning everything perfectly, from keeping our heads down, staying in line, and not rocking the boat. But look around. Who's winning? The ones who took the leap, the ones who heard the voice inside them say go, and they listened, even when the timing wasn't right, even when no one clapped, even when everything said stay. You want a different life? Good. But here's the deal. You won't get it staying where you are. See, a risk taker isn't someone who doesn't feel fear. A risk taker is someone who looks fear in the face and moves anyway. They understand something most people miss. The scariest thing in life isn't failure. It's regret. Regret of the dream you didn't chase, the business you didn't start, the call you didn't make, the version of yourself you buried just to keep things normal. Let me be real with you. Normal is overrated. Safe is a cage, and the people clinging to it, most of them are miserable. But they won't tell you that. They'll just keep playing small and calling it responsible. But you're different. If you're still here, still reading, it's because something inside you knows you were meant for more. And maybe you've been quiet about it. Maybe you've been holding it in. Maybe you've been waiting for the green light. Well, here it is. The risk-taker's mindset starts when you decide that where you are is no longer enough. When you stop waiting for perfect conditions and start trusting yourself to handle whatever comes next. Because truth is, nobody's going to give you permission to go after your dream. No one's going to tap you on the shoulder and say, "It's your time." That moment doesn't come. And here's the wild part. You don't need to know every step. You just need to take the first one. Let me say that again. Clarity doesn't come before action. It comes from action. The second you move, you start to see, you start to feel, you start to figure it out. You build momentum, and momentum changes everything. But if you sit still, you stay stuck. So yeah, taking risks is scary. You might fail. People might laugh. Things might fall apart, but guess what? Not taking the risk has its own cost. It just hides better. It disguises itself as stability until one day you wake up and you don't recognize the person in the mirror. Don't let that be you. You weren't built for small. You weren't built for sidelines. You were built to push, to stretch, to create. And that requires risk. Not reckless leaps, but bold ones, brave ones, moves that come from truth, not impulse. And if you're waiting until you're not scared, you'll be waiting forever. The fear won't go away, but you'll get stronger. You'll learn to carry it differently. You'll stop seeing it as a stop sign and start seeing it as a signal, a sign that something worth doing is on the other side. You've already survived so much. You've made it this far. Why stop now? There's something on the other side of your fear. It's not guaranteed success. It's not instant wins, but it's growth. It's clarity. It's a stronger, wiser, braver you. That's the mindset. That's the deal. That's what this life demands. You know what most people miss? That every great story, every legendary success starts with someone doing something that didn't make sense to anyone else at the time. And that's the price. You will look crazy. You will feel alone. You will doubt yourself. But those moments, they're the proving ground. That's where you separate the dreamers from the doers. That's where the risk-taker mindset gets built. In the silence, in the tension, in the stretch. You've got to stop trying to make everyone else comfortable with your decisions. That's not your job. Your job is to move, to execute, to take the shot and let the results teach you what's next. See, some of you are stuck not because you're lazy, but because you're afraid of what taking action might reveal. Afraid of finding out you're not as good as you thought. Or worse, that you're more capable than you believed, and now you actually have to step up. That kind of responsibility, it's heavy. But you can handle heavy. You've carried way worse. That voice in your head that says, "You can't do this," it's not truth. It's programming. It's echoes of past fear. And you get to change that story. anytime you decide to stop listening. You don't need more people cheering you on. You need to learn how to cheer for yourself, to show up for yourself, to move when no one's watching, and to clap when no one else is clapping. That's discipline. That's self-respect. That's the mindset. And don't get it twisted. This isn't about hustle culture or toxic positivity. This is about power. Your power. Power to choose, power to change, power to step into discomfort, knowing that everything you want is sitting on the other side of it. No one's going to drop the life you want into your lap. You've got to go take it. And that means risk. That means late nights. That means people talking. That means rejection and trial and error and starting again and again. You think the greats didn't fail? You think the ones who changed the world never got it wrong? Please. They failed more times than you've even tried. But that's the point. They tried. They moved. They got in the game. So what's your excuse? What story are you telling yourself that's keeping you small? That you're not smart enough, not ready enough, that you need more time, more money, more confidence? Oh, lies. Oh, the only thing you need is a willingness to begin. You want to build confidence? Stack wins. Start with one thing. One choice that aligns with the life you say you want. Then repeat every day. And yeah, some days will suck. You'll want to quit. You'll wonder if it's worth it. Even when it's hard. Especially when it's hard. Because that's when you're growing. That's when you're leveling up. That's when you're becoming someone who can actually carry the life you're building. This isn't about proving anyone wrong. It's about proving yourself right. About who you know you are, deep down, beneath all the fear and hesitation. So stop playing small. Stop editing yourself. Stop asking for permission. Let's be honest. Taking risks means things might break. Things might not go the way you planned. You might get humbled. You might lose money, time, comfort. But ask yourself this: what's the price of staying stuck? What's the cost of never trying? Of waking up 5 years from now with the same complaints, the same fears, the same unstarted dreams? That's a slow death. Staying safe feels nice for a while, but eventually it turns into frustration, into resentment, into bitterness. You start watching other people live the life you want, and you tell yourself they're lucky, or special, or different. But deep down, you know the truth. They just moved, they acted, and you didn't. That's the gut punch nobody wants to talk about. The risk taker doesn't avoid failure. They use it. They take the hit, learn the lesson, and adjust fast. Because failure is a tool when you stop making it a prison. It teaches, it reveals, it refines. And no matter how bad it gets, failure is always better than wondering, what if? Regret is heavier than risk, every single time. So yeah, take the shot, build the thing, say what you need to say, post it, launch it, change the routine, leave the dead-end job, start over, move cities, try again, say yes, because the truth is, action is the ultimate confidence builder. Action is how you prove to yourself that you can. And here's the wild part. It gets easier. Not because the risk goes away, but because you get stronger. You become someone who's been through the fire and came out better. You develop grit. You build identity. You stop needing external proof that you're capable because you've lived it. That's where real belief comes from. People spend years waiting for confidence before they move. But confidence doesn't come from comfort. It comes from showing up when it's hard, from keeping promises to yourself, from knowing you did the work, whether or not it paid off right away. You want to be a risk taker? Start keeping your word to yourself. Say you're going to show up, then show up. Say you're going to change, and actually start changing. Don't talk about it, be about it. Consistency is risk's secret weapon. You don't need to hit a home run on day one. You just need to take the swing, then take another, and another. Over time, that builds momentum, and momentum changes everything. You don't need motivation, you need movement. You don't need hype, you need habits. So build them, one at a time, quietly, consistently, and ignore the noise. Ignore the crowd. Most people are too scared to change, too comfortable being stuck, too busy judging others to do anything meaningful themselves. Let them talk. Let them doubt. You've got work to do. The risk-taker's mindset doesn't need everyone to understand. It just needs you to decide. You know what takes real strength? Starting again. Getting back up, re-entering the fight after you've been knocked down. That's not weakness, that's resilience, that's power. A risk taker doesn't just take one swing and walk away. A risk taker commits. They stay in the game even when it's not pretty, even when it's not Instagram worthy, even when no one's watching. They don't need validation. They don't need likes or applause. They've made a choice, and that choice is backed by action, not emotion. That's how you know you're growing. When you keep going not because you feel like it, but because you said you would. You want freedom? Earn it. You want impact? Earn it. You want the life you keep seeing in your mind? Good. Now earn it. Risk isn't a one-time thing. It's a lifestyle. It's a mindset. It's built in the daily decisions that no one else sees. The small yeses, the consistent moves, the habits that stack up into results. And no, those results won't always come fast. This isn't about overnight success. This is about overtime success. The kind that's built brick by brick while others are still thinking about getting started. So stop thinking. Start doing. Your brain will come up with every reason to wait. It'll tell you you're not ready, that now isn't the time, that maybe later would be better. Ignore it. That voice is scared. And you don't make decisions from fear. You make decisions from vision, from commitment, from alignment. It's time to stop dipping your toes and start diving. You don't need more courses, more books, more plans. You need more courage. You need to move while it still scares you. You need to leap before the net appears. And if it doesn't appear, build one on the way down. Because every move you make is proof to yourself that you're not here to spectate. You're not here to live and rewind. You're not here to repeat the same week 52 times and call it a year. You are here to build, to move, to evolve. And that means risk, again and again. So if it's scary, good. That means it matters. If it feels uncomfortable, great. That means it's stretching you. If you're unsure, perfect. That means you're alive. You're in motion. You're in the arena. Most people live on pause. They're waiting for the right time, waiting for approval, waiting for the fear to go away. But here's the reality. They're not on pause. They're on repeat. Same day, same routine, Same internal battles, over and over. And they call it life. But the risk taker understands that waiting is the fastest way to lose. They know time isn't promised, that someday isn't a day on the calendar, that if you keep postponing your life, you end up with a life you never wanted. That's why the risk taker moves. They don't always know how things will work, but they know they'll figure it out. They know movement creates clarity, and clarity creates momentum. And momentum, that changes everything. Most people think they need confidence to act, but the truth is, you need to act to get confidence. Action breeds belief. Belief fuels consistency. Consistency creates results. This is why risk takers win. Not because they're the smartest or the strongest, but because they're in motion. They take the hit and keep going. They don't need 100% certainty. They just need 1% more courage than fear. You've got that. You've always had that. It's just been buried under layers of doubt, fear, overthinking, and comparison. But the truth is still there. The desire, the spark, the vision, and it's time to stop ignoring it. You weren't put here to repeat history. You're here to make it. You're not here to copy someone else's version of success. You're here to define your own. And that takes risk. That takes backing yourself. That takes silencing the noise. That takes building a mindset that says, even if I fall, I rise. Even if I lose, I learn. Even if no one else believes, I will. That's power. That's the mindset. That's what turns ordinary people into leaders, creators, builders, pioneers. It's not about having the perfect setup. It's about having the guts to go all in with what you've got. It's about taking ownership of your life, not in theory, but in practice, every single day. Here's the uncomfortable truth. The people who win aren't always the best. They're the boldest. They're the ones who go first, who speak up, who raise their hand, who make the call, who ship the product, who hit publish, who bet on themselves. And yeah, sometimes they lose, sometimes they fall hard, but they're still in the game. They're still growing, they're still moving forward. And in a world full of hesitation, that alone is enough to put you ahead. Because while everyone else is caught up thinking, planning, and doubting, the risk taker is busy building, busy learning, busy doing. You can't think your way into greatness. You have to move your way there. You have to be willing to fail in public, to stand out, to be misunderstood, to take hits and keep coming back. That's what separates people who wish from people who do. The risk taker knows that rejection isn't fatal, that embarrassment won't kill you. That discomfort is just a sign that growth is happening. And you know what else? They don't fake it. They feel the fear. They feel the uncertainty. They feel the doubt. But they move anyway. Because the alternative, standing still, is no longer acceptable. So ask yourself, how long are you going to let fear drive? How much longer are you going to sit on the idea? Delay the decision? Pretend that you need more time. You don't need more time. You need more truth. You need more action. This world doesn't give you what you deserve. It gives you what you demand. And demanding more starts with doing more, with becoming someone who follows through, someone who sets a standard and lives by it. The risk taker isn't superhuman. They're not fearless. They're just honest. Honest enough to admit they want more. Honest enough to admit they're scared. Honest enough to show up anyway. And that's the kind of person the world listens to. The kind of person people follow. The kind of person who actually makes an impact. So stop playing defense with your potential. Stop trying to predict every outcome. Become the kind of person who can handle any outcome. Capability means this: whatever comes, I'll deal with it. Whatever I lose, I'll rebuild. Whatever doesn't work, I'll learn. That's the mindset that makes you unstoppable. Because once you trust yourself to figure it out, you don't need guarantees. You don't need hand-holding. You don't need perfect conditions. You move. You adapt. You rise. Risk takers don't obsess over outcomes. They obsess over effort, over consistency. They know if they control what they can control, their habits, their work ethic, their mindset. The crowd, they wait for signs. The risk taker, they become the sign. And here's the secret: you're already stronger than you think. You just haven't had to use it yet. Life hasn't demanded it from you, but it will. It always does. And when it does, you'll realize you've been sitting on strength this whole time. You've been waiting to feel ready. But the people who do big things in this life, they act first and feel ready later. They're not powered by certainty, they're powered by commitment. And commitment isn't a feeling, it's a decision. Wake up and say, this is who I am now. This is what I do now. This is how I move now. And you let your actions back that up every single day. Not when it's easy, especially when it's not. You don't build grit by winning. You build grit by refusing to quit when things aren't going your way. That's where toughness is born. That's where self-belief is built. You've got to look yourself in the mirror and ask, am I building a life I'll be proud of? Or just one that's comfortable right now? Because one day, comfort becomes regret. And the only way to avoid that is to disrupt your routine on purpose, to make the hard call, to lean into the thing you've been avoiding. That's the risk taker's mindset. It's not just about bold moves. It's about being bold when no one's watching, when no one's cheering, when the results haven't come in yet. Because that's who you become when you stop waiting and start acting. A leader, a builder, a force. And that version of you, it's not some fantasy, it's a choice. Success isn't a mountaintop. It's not a medal on the wall, a number in your bank account, or the applause of strangers. Those things fade. They collect dust. People forget. But who you become along the way, that stays. It's in the nights you worked while everyone else slept. The mornings you got up when your body said, stay down. It's in the sacrifice, the discipline, the patience. That's where success lives. Not in the outcome, but in the... Most people won't get that. They chase results, shiny things, quick wins. But the few who grow along the way, they win for life. Not just once, not just when it's easy, always. The world says success is the house, the car, the job title. But here's the truth. If you reach the goal and stay the same person, you didn't really win, because you didn't grow. Growth is the win. Control over your emotions, that's a superpower. Success is when you can look in the mirror and respect the person staring back. Not when the crowd claps, not when someone else approves. When you know you gave everything you had, that's the scoreboard. Stop treating success like a place. It's not something you arrive at. That mindset will break you. The real journey is long. It's quiet. It's painful. It's filled with failure, with doubt, with days when nobody believes in you, except you. Success is waking up tired and showing up anyway. It's failing in public and coming back stronger. It's saying no when yes would be easier. It's standing tall when everything around you says to fold. Let's be real. You don't grow by choosing the easy road. You don't build anything lasting by chasing comfort. You don't become powerful by avoiding pain. If you want to win, you better be ready to bleed for it. Again. But here's the beauty. Every time you push through something hard, you change. Your character gets tougher. Your habits tighten. Your mindset sharpens. And piece by piece, you become unshakable. That's the prize. You don't do this to impress. You do it to meet the version of you that only the grind can reveal, the one buried under excuses and fear. That's the person you are. Every choice, every yes to the work, every no to the noise, lays a brick in the foundation of who you're building. So build well, build strong, because when life tests you, and it will, you won't have time to prepare. You'll only have who you've become. Will you fold when life hits first? Or will you rise, blood on your face, and say, let's go again? That's what separates the few from the many. Most quit when it gets hard. Most cave when it's no longer fun. But you're not most people. You're built different. And the only way to get built different is to do what most won't. You ever notice the ones who complain the most are the ones doing the least? They talk about success, say they want a better life, but their actions don't match their words. They scroll, they gossip, they wait for motivation like it's supposed to rescue them. Let me tell you something, motivation is a liar. It disappears when things get hard. It ghosts you when you need it most. But discipline shows up every time. It's loyal, it's real, it's what gets things done. You want a better life? Then earn it. Not by talking, not by dreaming, but by doing. Consistently, quietly, day after day. Especially when no one's clapping. You think champions only train when they feel good? You think great fathers, leaders, or warriors only show up when they're inspired? No, they show up because they made a decision, because they gave their word, because breaking that promise to themselves isn't an option. If you're serious about success, stop chasing feelings, start chasing results. Success is built in silence, not in the spotlight, not when it's trending. It's built in the moments when you choose your goals over distractions. When you skip the party, close the tab, pick up the book, hit the gym, do the work. Again and again. Think you're working hard? Ask yourself this. Would your 10-year-old self be proud of who you are right now? Would they say, that's who I want to be? If not, don't run from that. Own it. Let it burn. Let it push you. Here's the truth. You're not stuck. You're just soft. You're not lost. You're just distracted. If you really wanted it, you'd be grinding like your future depends on it. Because it does. This world doesn't reward potential. It rewards proof. So stop waiting to be noticed. Stop hoping someone hands you respect. Earn it. With action. With consistency. With resilience. Make it impossible for... You want respect? Earn it. You want freedom? Fight for it. You want success? Bleed for it. Because if it's easy, it's probably not worth it. The grind is lonely. The climb is brutal. The transformation is painful. But that's where the magic happens. When the lights are off, when the world's not watching, when it's just you and your will, that's when you stop pretending and start becoming. So become the one they remember. The one who didn't quit. The one who showed up when no one else did. The one who didn't wait for permission, didn't need praise, didn't need validation. You don't need approval. You need execution, period. You don't just wake up successful. You don't stumble into greatness. It's not luck, not fate, not genetics. Your choices, your habits, how you show up every day, when no one's watching, when no one claps, when it feels like none of it matters. That's where champions are made. Success isn't in the big moments. It's in the small ones you don't skip. The alarm you don't snooze. The workout you don't skip. The junk food you pass on. The late night you use to grind instead of scroll. Those moments, that's the forge. That's where the weak version of you dies and the real one starts to take shape. You don't need a new year. You don't need Monday. You don't need a sign. You need a decision. Right now. That you're done hiding, done whining, done playing small. Because you're not who you were a year ago. You're not even who you were yesterday. Not if you're doing the work. Not if you're showing up. Progress doesn't shout. It whispers. You don't see it day to day. But one day you'll realize you don't flinch at hard things anymore. You don't break when life punches you. You don't get thrown off by failure or opinions. You've built something inside that nothing can touch. That's the real success. Not the money, not the titles. Becoming someone you respect, someone you trust, someone who doesn't fold. Because life will test you with pain, with loss, with silence, with rejection. And it's not personal, it's just life. So when it hits, what do? Fold, blame, shut down? Or do you stand up and say, I've been training for this. That's the reason for the work. To build a version of you that doesn't break, that doesn't need perfect conditions, that performs without a crowd, that doesn't quit when it gets hard. You don't need the world to go easy on you. You need to get so strong that nothing can stop you. You want peace? Build strength. You want confidence? Build discipline. You want a better life? Start with a better you. And you build that one choice at a time. One rep, one page, one focused hour, one decision to show up when it would be easier to disappear. That's where the real growth happens. That's where the separation begins between those who wish and those who work. You're not doing this for applause. You're doing it so that no matter where you stand, in a room, in a storm, in a battle, you know one thing. You're built for it. You earned it. You're not faking it. Because success isn't a finish line. It's the foundation you stand on every damn day. The road to success isn't clean. It's messy. It's hard. It's full of setbacks, failures, whispers behind your back, and days when you question everything. That's the cost of growth. If you're not stumbling now and then, you're not pushing hard enough. But here's what most won't tell you. You don't rise in spite of the struggle. You rise because of it. Those rough days, they're training. That betrayal, a lesson. That failure, feedback. Nothing is wasted. Life will hand you pain. That's a given. But what you do with it, that's on you. You can let it break you, or you can let it build you. You can sit and complain, or you can rise and evolve. And if you want to evolve, you've got to outgrow the things holding you back. The excuses, the comfort, the fear of what people think. Because there will always be doubters. Always people laughing, judging, mocking. Let them. They only see who you are right now, not who you... Let them laugh. While they sleep, you work. While they waste time, you get sharper. While they search for shortcuts, you build real strength. One day, they'll ask how you did it, and all you'll need to say is, I didn't quit. That's the secret. Stay in the fight, show up, not because it's easy, not because you feel like it, but because this is who you are now. The old you, the one who gave up, that version is gone. You buried them the moment you chose discipline over comfort. You don't owe anyone an explanation. You don't owe anyone proof. Your life is the proof. Your presence changes when you're committed. Your stride shifts when you've sacrificed. Your eyes, they tell a story of pain survived and strength earned. That's why you don't need to talk. Let your growth speak. Let your actions echo louder than their doubts. And when you fall, and you will fall, don't stay down. Don't sulk. Don't spiral. Fall forward. Use the pain. Use the hit. Get back up. Limp if you must. Crawl if you have to. Just don't stop. That's how you rise. That's how you separate. People will say you're too driven, too intense, too focused. Good. Let them chase comfort. You chase growth. You chase peace of mind, the kind you only earn by walking through fire and coming out stronger. Peace isn't found by avoiding the storm. It's found by knowing you can stand in it and not break. You weren't built to blend in. You were built to lead, to build, to inspire. That means going through more pain, more failure, more doubt than the average person ever will. But it also means becoming something most people never will. Unbreakable. That's the price. That's the path. And every step of it, worth it. If you're serious about success, here's the truth you need to accept right now. Your life is built in the boring. Success doesn't come from big wins. It comes from the small stuff. The early alarms, the quiet reps, the lonely nights, the invisible grind. That's where greatness lives. Everyone wants to be great. It's routine. It's eating the same meals, doing the same workouts, reviewing the same goals over and over until it's no longer something you do, it's who you are. People think discipline is a switch you flip. It's not. It's a process, and it starts with how you manage your time. You can't say you want more out of life while sleeping in, binge-watching garbage, or refreshing your feed every 5 minutes. You want more? Then act like it. If someone tracked your day, minute by minute, time is your most valuable asset. Every second you waste, someone else is getting sharper. Someone else is developing the skills you keep avoiding. Someone else is becoming what you're still thinking about. Success doesn't care if you're tired. It doesn't care if your friends are out. It rewards the ones who show up anyway. You want to win? Then build your days around your goals, not your mood. Plan your time like it matters, because it does. Wake up on purpose. Move with intent. Cut the fluff. Kill the noise. Guard your focus like your future depends on it, because it does. You don't need to be perfect. You will slip. You'll miss a day. You'll fall off. But get back on track. Fast. Because the old version of you, the one full of excuses, distractions, broken promises, that version needs to stay buried. Every day you slack is a vote to bring that version back. Don't give it a voice. Start small if you must. One clean meal, one hard session, one focused hour, and do it again tomorrow. Stack the wins. That's how success is built. Not on motivation, not in highlights, but in momentum. You show up every day, and one day you'll wake up as someone unrecognizable, someone strong, someone locked in, someone others look to and say, I don't know how they do it. But you'll know. You did the work. You used your time. You got serious. Here's what most people won't say. Success isn't hard because the work is impossible. It's hard because most people won't stick to the basics long enough to win. They jump around, quit early, look for shortcuts. They don't stay long enough to build anything real. But you're not most people. You're here to build with purpose, with structure, with consistency. And if that's what you want, your days better reflect. Time doesn't care if you use it well, but your future will. You don't find your purpose, you build it. That's where most people get it wrong. They wait for a sign, for a feeling, for the perfect moment. But purpose doesn't come to those who wait. It comes to those who move. You build purpose by showing up, by doing the work, by becoming someone who matters, through consistency. You don't need some grand plan. You need to get real about who you are and who you refuse to be any longer. Purpose isn't about your reputation or how you look on the surface. It's about the person you are when no one's around. Here's the uncomfortable truth. Success doesn't change you, it reveals you. It strips away the talk, the image, the comfort zone, the fear. It shows what's underneath. And if you've got nothing solid there, you'll break. That's why you need to start now. Quietly, internally, brick by brick, day by day. Ask yourself, who are you becoming? Because whether you notice or not, you're becoming someone. Every decision shapes you. Every time you show up or don't. Every time you keep your word or break it. Every time you choose discipline or choose the easy way out. You are your habits. You are your standards. The good news, you get to choose. Every day is a vote for the kind of person you're building. You want respect? Carry yourself like someone worth respecting, even when no one's looking. You want to be trusted? Keep your word, especially to yourself. You want power? Stop waiting for perfect. Start making progress in chaos. Purpose isn't about a title or passion. It's about becoming someone who stands for something. Someone dependable. Someone resilient. The kind of person who steps into the storm and says, "Let's go." And here's the truth they don't tell you. Most growth happens after the motivation is gone. It happens when you're drained, when you're discouraged, when the numbers aren't moving, when people you thought would support don't. When it's just you, your grind and your commitment, that's where the edge is carved. And once you start to see who you're becoming, stronger, sharper, more focused, you won't want to go back. You'll crave the pressure, because now you get it. It was never about the destination. It's about what the climb is doing to you. Nobody's coming to clap for your effort. Nobody's handing out trophies for consistency. But one day they'll look at you and ask how you got here. And you'll keep it simple. I didn't stop. Because it wasn't luck. It wasn't hype. It wasn't some big break. It was daily obedience to a bigger purpose. It was identity. It was character. That's what real success is. Not reaching a place, someone sharp, someone solid, someone who doesn't flinch, someone who can't be shaken. It's not talent, it's not luck, it's not even perfect circumstances. It's the willingness to work harder than anyone else. And here's the truth no one wants to admit. Outworking everyone is the secret. It's what transforms dreamers into achievers. We all have dreams, ambitions, desires for a better life. But here's the reality. Most won't put in the work. They'll talk about it, they'll plan it, but when it's time to grind, when it's time for blood, sweat, and tears, they vanish. This is where you step up. If you want success, it's not about working hard for the sake of it. It's about pushing yourself past your limits. It's about showing up every day, even when you're exhausted. It's about grinding when others are resting, staying committed when the world is telling you to quit, and staying focused amidst the distractions. Do you want to be great? You have to outwork everyone. There are no shortcuts. The road to success is tough, and only those willing to work day in and day out make it through. It's easy to wait for change, but waiting won't get you anywhere. You have to get in the game and make it happen yourself. You have to wake up every day with one goal, to be better than yesterday, to give more than you did yesterday. Time is precious. Every day, every hour, every minute brings you closer to your dreams or pulls you further from them. Stop wasting time hoping for change. Make it happen. And it won't be easy. You'll face obstacles. People will doubt you, say it's impossible. But they don't know your fire. They don't know the drive that keeps you going when others are asleep. They don't know your hustle, your work ethic, your commitment. Their doubts don't matter. What matters is that you believe in yourself. You know your potential. So when it gets tough, you keep pushing. When others fall behind, you keep moving forward. Outworking everyone is a mindset. It's about doing more than expected. It's about raising the bar, not just meeting it. Want success? You have to sacrifice. You have to put in the hours no one else will. While others sleep, you work. While others make excuses, you deliver. The difference between success and failure is the effort you put in when no one is watching. You'll have moments when you feel exhausted, moments when quitting seems easier, but that's when you push harder. You don't stop when it gets hard. You stop when you've achieved your goal. When everyone else is resting, you're working. When they're complaining, you're grinding. The harder you work, the luckier you get. But luck isn't a fluke. It's earned. It's earned by outworking everyone. Think about the greats. Who do you admire? The legends didn't get there by being born special. They got there by putting in the work. Michael Jordan didn't become great because of his talent alone. He outworked everyone on the court. Elon Musk didn't rise to the top by chance. He outworked everyone in the industry. They refused to quit. They refused to give anything less than their best. You have that potential within you. You just need to decide to tap into it. Decide to push yourself beyond your limits. Decide to let nothing, not fear nor doubt, stop you. Success is yours for the taking, but you have to earn it. Here's the truth. There's always someone else willing to outwork you. Someone hungrier, someone more determined. If you're not careful, they'll pass you by. If you don't outwork them, they'll outwork you. You don't get to sit back. You have to get to work. Every time you push past fatigue, doubt, and setbacks, you get closer to the life you've always wanted. You won't get there by waiting for change. You won't get there by making excuses. You'll get there by taking massive action. You'll get there by outworking everyone. You've got one life, one chance to make it count. What will you do with it? You're capable of greatness. You have everything you need to succeed. The only thing holding you back is the effort you're willing to put in. Ask yourself, how hard are you willing to work? How badly do you want it? If you're willing to outwork everyone, nothing can stop you. Keep pushing, keep grinding, and keep believing. Success is waiting for you on the other side, but you won't get there by taking the easy route. Because when you outwork everyone, you don't just achieve success, you build a legacy. You don't have time to wait for the perfect moment. Stop telling yourself tomorrow is when you'll start. No, today is the day you make the decision. Today is when you step into the arena. It's easy to talk about success, but the real grind happens in the quiet moments, when you're tired, frustrated, and alone. That's where greatness is built. Outwork everyone. It's not about being the smartest, the most talented, or the most gifted. It's about putting in the hours when others are looking for shortcuts. It's about showing up when others sit down. Yes, it's hard, but the harder it is, the sweeter the reward. You'll fail, you'll stumble, but that's part of the process. The difference between success and failure is simple. The one who gets up one more time than they fall. You've heard it before. It's not how many times you get knocked down, it's how many times you get up. That's your reality. You don't quit when things get tough. You don't throw in the towel. When the path is rough, you dig deeper. You put in more hours, and as you do, you become something others can't even imagine. A work ethic that doesn't quit. When you work like no one else, you win like no one else. The world is full of dreamers who lack the grit to make those dreams real. But that's where you come in. You outwork them. While they slack, you hustle. While they give up, you keep pushing. And in the end, it's your hustle that gets you ahead. Success isn't something you want, it's something you earn through sweat, grit, and relentless effort. The successful people you admire didn't sit back and wait for luck. They put in the hours, faced hardships, and kept going when it got tough. You're going to do the same. You're not waiting for someone to hand you success. You're going to take it. You don't have the luxury of waiting for the perfect moment. You have to take action now, and when you do, give it everything you've got. Every minute spent wondering how hard it'll be is a minute wasted. The time to act is now. You control your destiny, but it requires action, not just desire. So ask yourself, what are you willing to sacrifice for greatness? your time, your comfort, your sleep. The achievers you admired didn't stop when they were tired. They stopped when they were done. No shortcuts, no hacks, just relentless effort. And when you outwork everyone, nothing can stand in your way. Think about your goals. How badly do you want them? Enough to sacrifice your comfort? Enough to push harder than anyone else? Because that's what it takes. There's no magic formula for success, but one thing guarantees it: outworking everyone. So stop complaining. Stop making excuses. The world doesn't owe you anything. Success isn't handed to you, it's earned. And when you put in the work, you don't just get results. You become a force to be reckoned with. People will respect your hustle, and they'll want to be part of it. That's the power you have when you outwork everyone. Success isn't about waiting for the right time. It's about creating the right time. You create it by doing the work, every single day, no matter what. Because success doesn't come to those who wait, who sweat, and who keep going when everyone else has given up. You're not like everyone else. You don't think like everyone else. That's why you're going to win. You have the mindset of a champion, and champions don't stop. They don't take breaks. They don't rest on their laurels. They work until their dreams become reality. Take a deep breath and remember, there's no secret to success. It's simple. Outwork everyone. Do that and success will be yours. Keep grinding, keep pushing, keep going, even when it's tough. Because the tougher it gets, the more you grow. And one day when you look back, you'll realize the reason you made it was because you refused to quit. Outwork everyone. That's the key. That's the secret. And it's yours for the taking. Think about the moments when everything felt stacked against you. The sleepless nights, the frustration, the self-doubt. Those were the defining moments, not because they were easy, but because they tested you. They pushed you to your limits. And here you are, standing tall, still fighting. Every challenge is an opportunity for growth. Every roadblock is a lesson in disguise. The more you face, the more you learn. And with every lesson, you get closer to becoming the person you want to be. Don't shy away from the hard work. Embrace it. When the road is steep, when the obstacles are relentless, that's when you know you're on the right track. That's when you know you're closer than ever to your goal. Success doesn't shy away from hard work. It thrives in it. Those who are willing to dive in and tackle the grind are the ones who get to claim success. It's not about making excuses or looking for reasons to quit. It's about finding the strength to keep going when everything in you says stop. Because guess what? The ones who quit never make it. The ones who quit never get to see the view from the top. But you're not a quitter. You're a fighter. You show up every day, no matter how hard it gets, no matter how much it hurts. You keep showing up, and eventually, the results will speak for themselves. There's no magic to success, no secret formula. It's the willingness to keep working, keep pushing, and keep grinding when things aren't going your way. You'll face setbacks, you'll hit walls, but every time you get back up, you keep moving forward. And as you do, those walls start to crumble, because you are relentless, you are determined, you are unstoppable. The world isn't waiting for you to get ready. It's not going to hand you success. You have to take it. You have to work for it, fight for it, sacrifice for it. Success doesn't come to those who hesitate. It comes to those who move, who act, who refuse to wait for the perfect time. There's no such thing. The perfect time is now. The perfect moment is the one you create. When you stand at the finish line, looking back, you won't remember the sleepless nights or struggles. You'll remember the moments when you chose to keep going. When everyone else said it was too hard, you pushed forward. When they told you to slow down, you kept going faster. And that's why you made it. You outworked them all. So, what's stopping you now? What's holding you back? There's nothing standing between you and your dreams except the work, the hustle, the grind. Don't let fear, doubt, or the opinions of others hold you back. Use that energy to fuel your fire. Use that doubt as motivation to prove them wrong. Let every no be the reason you say yes even harder. Let every challenge be the reason you rise higher. You know what you're capable of. You know what you want. Now go get it. And don't stop until you do, because once you start, once you get a taste of success, you won't ever look back. The grind will feel like second nature. The hustle will be your routine, and you'll never settle for less than your best. Keep pushing, keep working, keep grinding. The world is waiting for you to show them what you're made of. You've got what it takes. Now prove it. Outwork everyone else. The journey is yours to dominate. There's a reason why the hardest journeys lead to the most rewarding destinations. The deeper the struggle, the sweeter the victory. When everyone else is falling off track, you're still moving. When the world tells you to quit, you double down. You don't just show up, you dominate. Success isn't given to the ones who hesitate. It's earned by those who push through when everything else says to stop. What separates dreamers from doers is action. You have all the potential in the world, but potential alone doesn't change anything. It's your actions, consistency, and relentless pursuit that will take you where you want to go. You can't wait for a sign to start. You are the sign. You are the reason everything changes. Be willing to make sacrifice. Put in the hours when no one is watching. Grind when others are looking for shortcuts. Success isn't about doing the bare minimum. It's about going above and beyond, giving more than you think you have left, and doing it with passion. That's the difference between being good and being great, between blending in and standing out. There will be days when it feels like the world is against you, days when the weight is too heavy, when every step feels like an uphill battle. But those are the days that define you. Those are the moments that separate the ones who keep going from the ones who give up. You won't be measured by how easy your journey is, but by how you respond when things get tough. And trust me, your response will determine whether you quit or push harder. Every setback is a setup for a comeback. Don't let failure define you, let it refine you. It's not the mistakes that matter, it's how you rise from them. The key to success isn't perfection, it's persistence. It's knowing that no matter how many times you get knocked down, you'll always get back up. And with each rise, you get stronger, better, closer. The road to success isn't for the faint of heart. It's full of challenges, obstacles, and sacrifices, but it's also the path to greatness. The ones who make it, the ones who achieve their dreams, are those who refuse to stop. They refuse to settle. They push past doubt, keep their eyes on the prize, and their foot on the gas. The grind is real. It's not easy, but it's worth it. The taste of victory after months or years of hard work is something you'll never forget. When you reach the top, after giving everything to get there, you'll realize that every sacrifice, every moment of doubt, every tough decision, it was all worth it, because you didn't stop. You didn't quit. It's time to make your mark. It's time to turn your dreams into reality. But it starts with that first step, the willingness to commit to the journey, to show up every day and do the work, no matter what. When you give everything you've got, success is inevitable. It may not come overnight, but it will come. So keep grinding, keep fighting, keep moving. Success isn't for those who stop. It's for those who keep going when others give up. When you get there, you'll look back and realize that the struggle was the best part. The journey made you who you are, and that's how you earn greatness. The world is yours. It's time to claim it. And there's nothing stopping you. There will always be obstacles. There will always be reasons to stop. But those are just excuses. Don't let them shape your reality. You're capable of far more than you think. The key to success isn't waiting for the right moment. The right moment will never come. The key is to create the moment. It's about making decisions today that shape your tomorrow. Every choice, every action is building your future. Whether small steps or giant leaps, what matters is you keep moving forward. You've got everything you need to succeed. You've got the drive, passion, and willpower. Trust yourself and your abilities. Doubts will come, setbacks will come, but you're stronger than them. You're tougher than the obstacles in your path. You don't need to have everything figured out right now. You just need to keep moving, keep learning, keep growing. Remember, success isn't linear. It's messy. It's a winding road with unexpected turns. There will be moments when you question if it's worth it, but that's the price of greatness. You'll have to fight for it. You'll have to earn it. And the harder the fight, the sweeter the victory. The difference between those who succeed and those who don't is simple. The ones who succeed are the ones who refuse to quit. They don't let failure define them. They don't let rejection stop them. They keep their eyes on the prize and keep pushing forward, no matter how tough things get. And those are the people who make it. So, don't be afraid of the grind. Embrace it. Every struggle is building your strength, resilience, and character. Every time you rise after being knocked down, you prove you can handle whatever life throws at you. The grind isn't forever. Late nights, early mornings, endless hustle, they're all part of the process. It's not about working harder, it's about working smarter, staying focused, disciplined, and patient, because the reward is you're creating something no one can take from you. The skills, the mindset, the experience, it's all yours. And when you break through, when everything clicks, you'll realize the grind wasn't a burden. It was the key to unlocking your full potential. So, keep pushing, keep grinding, keep believing in yourself, even when it feels like no one else does. Because you're not just working for today, you're building a future that belongs to you. And when you show up at your best, the world won't know what hit it. When you rise for everyone who doubted you. You rise for the dreams that seemed impossible. And most importantly, you rise for yourself. The person you're becoming is unstoppable. Nothing will stand in your way again. What sets champions apart? It's not just talent, strength, or luck. It's their mentality, the unwavering belief that they are destined to rise, no matter the odds. Champions know that their goals are theirs to claim, and nothing or no one can stop them from achieving them. The most important thing in life, whether in business, sports, or any endeavor, is your mentality. It's how you see yourself, especially when the world tells you to quit. It's the stories you tell yourself when no one else is around. You must tell yourself, I am the best. I am a champion. Nothing can stop me. I am relentless, focused, unstoppable. It all begins with your thoughts. Your mind is the battlefield. If doubt and fear control you, they will defeat you. But when you take control, when you choose to believe in your own strength and potential, that's when you break through barriers others fear. Every champion shares this trait. They train their minds like muscles. They build mental toughness through hardship, failure, and rejection. They understand that failure is simply part of the journey. The harder the battle, the sweeter the victory. Success isn't easy. If you're looking for shortcuts, this path isn't for you. Champions don't take the easy route. They build their success brick by brick. Every day is an opportunity to get better, to grow stronger, to sharpen your skills. You get up when you don't feel like it. You push through when your body says no. You keep going when others quit. You must adopt the mindset that you will never settle for anything less than your best. The only competition is the person you were yesterday. Your goal is constant improvement, breaking through plateaus and pushing past your limits. This is where champions are made. when no one's watching. It's in the hours spent grinding, perfecting your craft, when there's no applause, no recognition. What matters is the belief in your own power, in your ability to shape your future, one decision at a time. The world will tell you that you can't. It will throw obstacles in your way and fuel doubt. But these obstacles don't define you. Your response to them does. When times get tough, will you quit or will you rise? Will you look fear in the face and say, "I will not be stopped. I will not back down"? You must control your mind. It can be your greatest ally or your biggest enemy. It will tell you that you can't, that you're not good enough, that it's too hard. But you must fight back. Remind yourselves that you are stronger than your doubts, stronger than your fears, and that strength comes from your mentality. A true champion doesn't fear failure. They understand that failure is not the end, it's a lesson. Every failure is an opportunity to learn, to grow, to become stronger. When you fall, you get back up. When you lose, you find a way to win next time. You never stop fighting. When you're tired, when you think you've given everything, that's when you dig deeper. Champions rise when it's hard. They rise when they're tired, when they're broken, when the odds are stacked against them. They fight harder when they feel they have nothing left. That's what makes them champions. You must develop the mindset to never give up. Never back down, never stop. Keep going until the job is done. Champions don't just dream, they take action. They turn their dreams into reality through hard work, dedication, and unshakable belief in themselves. A champion's mentality is built on discipline. It's about making the right choices every day, pushing yourself when you don't want to, sacrificing comfort for progress, waking up early when you'd rather sleep, staying focused on the prize even when distractions pull you in every direction. It's about choosing to win day in and day out. You have to believe that you can achieve anything, not just as an abstract thought, but in a real, tangible way. You must trust that you have the strength to overcome any challenge. And when the world tells you it's impossible, you respond, "Watch me." You keep going. You never give up. You never stop believing in yourself. The journey is long and tough, but if you stay focused, stay disciplined, and never stop pushing, you will reach the summit. And when you do, you'll know it was all worth it. The pain, the struggles, the hardships, they shaped you into the champion you are destined to become. So ask yourself, are you ready to rise? Are you ready to fight for your dreams? Are you ready to develop the champion's mentality? It's not just about talent. It's about overcoming pain, doubt, and fear. It's about refusing to let anything stop you from reaching your goals. The champion's mentality is simple. Never stop, never settle, never back down. There will be moments when the world tests you, times when everything seems against you. You'll face the storm, the harsh winds, the cold, and the loneliness. In those moments, you'll feel the temptation to quit, to walk away. But that's when you must remember why you started. That's when you need to remind yourself who you are. You are a champion, built for this. Your heart beats for the challenge. Your mind is made for the struggle. Every time you feel like giving up, that's when you push harder. That's when you prove to yourself that you are stronger than any obstacle in your path. Real champions don't seek the easy path. They choose the road that will push them to their limits and beyond. They know that it's not the destination that makes them great. It's the journey, the trials, the setbacks, the sacrifices. That's where true power is forged. It's in those moments that nearly break you, but you keep going. That's when your mental toughness is built. It's easy to be a champion when things are going well. when success flows in and people cheer you on. But true greatness is tested when the world turns against you, when everyone doubts you, when the odds are stacked high. That's when you dig deeper, showing the world the fire within you. Embrace the struggle. It's not your enemy, it's your teacher. The pain you face molds you into something greater than you ever imagined. It builds your character, refines you, and teaches you resilience, perseverance, and strength. To be the best, you can't fear the work. You must outwork everyone around you. Sacrifice comfort, give up sleep, push yourself beyond what you think is possible. Chase greatness with everything you've got. Train your mind to ignore pain and doubt and stay focused on your goal. When the world says it can't be done, that's when you prove them wrong. When they say you're not good enough, show them just how great you can be. Stop caring about the opinions of others and start focusing on your own potential. Look in the mirror and see greatness staring back at you. The world will tell you that you're not ready, too young, too old, too inexperienced, too weak. But you can't listen to that. You must believe in your power. Trust the process. Trust yourself. When you put in the work, stay disciplined, and refuse to quit, nothing can stop you. You are the master of your fate. Your mindset, attitude, and work ethic will determine how far you go. You can let setbacks hold you down, or you can choose to rise above them. You can let fear control you, or you can crush it. You can settle for mediocrity, or you can push beyond your limits and become the champion you were born to be. Champions never stop. They never settle. They never back down. They wake up every day ready to conquer whatever comes their way. They don't wait for permission. They go out and take what's theirs. The key to a champion's mentality: relentless consistency. Day in, day out, you put in the work. You stay focused. You don't wait for motivation to strike. You create it. You make your own momentum. You wake up with purpose and go to bed proud, knowing you gave your all. No breaks, no days off. Every moment counts. Every second matters. If you're not moving forward, you're falling behind. In the champion's world, there's no room for excuses, self-doubt, or pity parties. You have one choice: rise. Rise higher than you ever thought possible. Push through every obstacle, break through every wall, overcome every challenge. Make your dreams a reality. When you wake up tomorrow, remember this: you have a choice. You can choose to be ordinary, or you can choose to be extraordinary. You can go through life with a mediocre mindset, or you can adopt the mentality of a champion. The world won't hand you success. It won't hand you. Get up. Keep fighting. Keep pushing. Keep believing. Keep grinding. Because you were born to win. The journey won't be easy, but it will be worth it. And when you stand at the top, looking back at everything you've overcome, you'll know it was all worth it. Every drop of sweat, every sacrifice, every struggle, every failure, it will all lead to your victory. The champion's mentality is more than just a mindset. It's a way of life. And when you decide to live this way, when you choose that nothing and no one can stop you, that's when you unlock your true power. That's when you realize you were born to be great. Now, let's talk about the real secret to success: consistency. It's easy to feel motivated when everything is going well, when energy is high. But the true champion shows up when the excitement fades, when the initial rush of inspiration is gone. That's when the real work begins. A champion doesn't rely on fleeting motivation. Motivation comes and goes. But the champion's mentality is rooted in discipline. It's about showing up, doing the work, even when you don't feel like it. It's about pushing forward not because you feel inspired, but because you know it's necessary. When the alarm goes off at 5 a.m., a champion doesn't hit snooze. They get up and get to work. They know success is earned, not handed out. The secret is making a commitment to yourself. When you dedicate yourself to the process and the grind, success becomes inevitable. Each day you add a little more effort, more dedication, one more decision to keep moving forward. Over time, those small actions add up to something powerful. It's not just about being the best in the moment. It's about staying the best day after day, year after year. Champions outlast everyone else. The world will forget about you when you slip up. People will doubt you when you fall. But the champion knows that setbacks are part of the process. They get up, they keep fighting, and they don't quit. The path won't always be easy. There will be days when you feel like you can't go on. But that's when you dig deeper. That's when you find strength you never knew you had. You can't stop now. You've come too far, sacrificed too much. This is the moment where most people quit, but it's also when champions rise. When life throws its hardest challenges at you, when giving up seems like the easiest option, remember this: champions don't quit. They don't let failure define them. They face failure head on, learn from it, and move forward. Every setback is simply a setup for a comeback. Each challenge is an opportunity to grow stronger, better, and more resilient. You have the courage to face your challenges head on. The true test of a champion isn't how they perform when things are easy. It's how they perform when everything seems impossible, when the odds are against them, and when they feel exhausted. That's when the champion's mentality shines through. Champions never take shortcuts. They know greatness comes from doing the work, making sacrifices and putting in the hours when no one is watching. It's not glamorous, it's not easy, but it's the price of success. Champions know that nothing worth having comes easily. Their dreams are worth fighting for, no matter how long it takes or how hard the journey becomes. And here's something else champions understand: the power of focus. Everything you do must be aligned with your vision. Every decision, every action should serve your ultimate goal. Distractions have no place in your life. Every minute matters. Every second counts. When your vision is clear and your purpose is strong, nothing will stand in your way. The world will try to distract you. It will try to pull you in different directions with doubt, criticism, and negativity. But champions don't listen. They know that the opinions of others don't define them. The only opinion that matters is their own. When you know who you are and where you're headed, you block out the noise. You stay focused. You stay on track. A true champion doesn't care if others believe in them. They don't care if the world doubts them. They don't care if they've been knocked down. They just keep going. They keep pushing, keep believing, because they know that no one else can define their greatness. They are the only ones who can. When it's time for you to rise, to face your moment, you'll be ready. The only thing you need to remember is this: you were made for this. You were built for this. The hard work, the sacrifices, the struggles, they've all led you to this moment. And when you step into the arena, you'll be unstoppable. No one can take what's yours. No one can outwork you. No one can break your spirit. You have the champion's mentality. You have the strength, the focus, the will, and you will not stop until you achieve your dreams. So, what are you waiting for? What's holding you back? It's time to rise. It's time to fight. It's time to claim what is rightfully yours. And remember, a true champion never stops. They never settle. They never back down. At the heart of every champion is something deeper than physical strength and more powerful than talent: commitment. A true champion is not only one who has mastered their craft, but who has mastered their mind. Success isn't about how hard you train or how many trophies you collect. It's about the mindset that drives everything you do. The champion's mentality refuses to stop, refuses to back down, and refuses to accept failure as an option. This mentality isn't built overnight. It's forged in the small, everyday actions. The discipline to keep going when every part of you says quit, and the courage to face rejection and keep moving forward. The world doesn't care about your excuses. It cares about what you're willing to do, how hard you're willing to work, and how badly you want success. Dreams alone won't make you a champion. It's the action behind those dreams, the sacrifice, the long hours, the pain you push through, the doubts you silence, and the relentless determination that nothing will stand in your way. How do you build this mentality? It begins with self-belief. If you don't believe in yourself, no one else will. Self-belief isn't about thinking you're better than others. It's about knowing you are good enough to achieve anything you set your mind to. That belief fuels your ambition. It drives you to push past your limits, challenge yourself every single day. Champions aren't born. They're made by those who are willing to sacrifice everything for their goals. They choose to face their fears head on, to take on the impossible and turn it into possible. Champions don't stop at a milestone. They keep going because success is a journey, not a destination. Every win is just a step forward. The champion mindset is about constant improvement and evolution. It's about always looking for the next level, always proving to yourself that you are capable of more. True champions never get complacent. While others rest on their achievements, champions relentlessly push for the next breakthrough. They never settle for good enough because they know that greatness is an ongoing pursuit. The champion understands that adversity will come. Life will throw challenges, pain, and setbacks at you. But how you react will define you. You can let them defeat you, or you can turn them into fuel for your fire. Every obstacle is an opportunity to prove your strength, resilience, and commitment. Remember, no one is coming to save you. Success won't be handed to you. You are your own hero. You decide how far you'll go. If you want to be a champion, you have to do it for yourself. You have to outwork everyone else, sacrifice what others won't, and push yourself when others choose the easy path. When you stand at the top, looking back at the obstacles you've overcome, the struggles you've faced, the doubt you've conquered, you'll know it was all worth it. Because you didn't take shortcuts. You didn't give up. You didn't let anyone or anything stop you. But even when you reach the top, don't stop. A true champion knows the battle is never over. Success is a continuous journey. You keep pushing, you keep striving. So, where do you go from here? It starts today. Every decision, every action shapes the person you are becoming. It's in the moments when no one is watching that your future is determined. What you choose to do in those moments will define your success. Will you choose the easy path or the hard one? Will you choose comfort or discipline? Will you give up when things get tough, or will you push forward when the world tells you to quit? A champion doesn't win every battle. They never stop fighting. The fight doesn't end until you achieved your dreams. It doesn't end until you've given everything and then some. And when you look back, you'll know the struggle, the blood, the sweat, and the tears were all worth it. Because you did it. You conquered. You became the champion you were always meant to be. As you stand at the edge of your journey, facing the unknown, remember this. The path to greatness is built on effort, sacrifice, and relentless willpower. It's not for the faint-hearted or those seeking shortcuts. A champion chooses the long road, the one that demands dedication, focus, and grit every single day. The world will try to tell you to slow down, to settle for what you've accomplished, to stop pushing. But that voice, it's the voice of complacency, of mediocrity. It's not your voice. Your voice demands more. It tells you there's more to be done. There's a higher peak to climb, another level to reach. If you choose to ignore the call of comfort and laziness, you will be unstoppable. You will rise above the crowd and leave your mark on the world. But it all comes down to one decision, one moment of commitment to the process, no matter how hard it gets or how long it takes. A true champion is always evolving. The work doesn't stop when you hit a milestone. The journey continues because there's always something better, something greater to achieve. Champions don't rest on their laurels. They keep pushing, keep growing, and keep improving. They know that the journey is what shapes them and ultimately defines who they are. You must embrace pain and discomfort. Pain is often the sign you're on the right path. When it's easy, when it feels comfortable, you aren't pushing hard enough. But when it's painful, when every ounce of energy is spent, that's when you know you're on the verge of something incredible. You're breaking limits. You're expanding your potential. You're becoming who you were meant to be. There will be moments when it feels like the world is against you. Times when everything falls apart, when results don't come fast enough, when doubt creeps in. But this is where champions are forged. In the hardest times, when others quit, champions dig deeper and keep going. Failure doesn't break a champion, it fuels them. Each failure is a lesson, a step closer to success. Every setback teaches you something valuable. The champion sees failure not as the end, but as part of the journey. A sign they are pushing, striving, and giving their all. What sets champions apart is their refusal to quit. They don't let obstacles stop them. They don't listen to the doubters. They listen to their hearts. When facing their toughest challenges, they rise higher than ever before because their mentality is unshakable. They know that no matter how hard it gets, they'll never stop fighting for what they believe in. So, what's your next step? What challenge feels too big, too overwhelming? That's the one you need to face head on. That's the one that will test your strength. That's the one that will determine how badly you want it. This is your moment. Stop waiting for the perfect time. You are ready right now. You have everything you need to achieve greatness. All that's left is to make the choice. Will you push through the pain? Will you embrace the struggle? Will you choose to never back down? The champion's mentality isn't just a mindset. It's a way of life. It's the refusal to accept anything less than your best. It's the drive to keep going when others stop. It's the relentless pursuit of your dreams, no matter how tough the journey may be. Adopt this mentality, and you will become unstoppable. You will turn your dreams into reality. You will rise to every challenge and break through every barrier. So take a deep breath, look ahead, embrace the journey. The world is waiting for you to rise and claim your place at the top. You have the power to make it happen, but it's up to you to take that first step. Will you? Life doesn't wait. It doesn't care about your excuses or your fears. You either show up or you don't. And when you don't, someone else will. A person who's hungry, willing to do the work, even when it's tough. Someone who will become what you could have been had you chosen to step up. It's time to get real. Be that guy, the one who doesn't quit, the one who keeps pushing through pain, the one who keeps going when others look for reasons to stop. Be that guy who wakes up each day ready to grind, to hustle, and to make things happen. The one who doesn't settle for mediocrity because deep down, you know you're destined for greatness. The world is waiting for you to stop talking and start doing. Every day you make a choice. Be average or be extraordinary. Average is easy. It's comfortable. It's the path most people take, and it leads nowhere. Extraordinary is where the magic happens. Extraordinary is where you define your own success, your own future. But you can't be extraordinary if you're not willing to work hard and get uncomfortable. Be that guy who chooses the hard path, the path to greatness. There will be days when everything feels like it's falling apart, days when you feel like giving up. But be that guy who rises anyway, who uses tough times as fuel, not as a reason to quit. It's in the struggle that you find your true power. It's in the moments when you feel like quitting that you discover just how strong you really are. If you want to change your life, create something lasting, you'll have to work harder than you ever have before. There's no way around it. You must dig deep, especially when you feel like you have nothing left. Your body will give out long before your mind does. So when you think you've reached your limit, know you can push past it. Be that guy who keeps going when the world says stop. When facing obstacles, remember, they're not there to break you. They're there to build you. To be great, you must face your challenges head on. Be the one who stands tall when the world weighs you down. Be that guy who doesn't crumble when things get tough, but rises to the occasion. Step into the fight, because it's the fight that will shape you into who you're meant to be. Think you're too young, too old, too inexperienced, or not talented enough? Forget it. Those are just excuses. If you want it, you can have it. Be that guy who says, "Why not me?" and proves it. The only thing standing between you and your dreams is the work you're willing to put in. That work will pay off. The world doesn't owe you anything. It's not waiting for you to catch up. You have to earn it. That means no excuses, no waiting for the right moment. Take action now, and when you fall down, get back up. Be that guy who refuses to be defeated. People will doubt you. They'll tell you it's impossible. Be that guy who believes in the impossible. Those who make history don't listen to the doubters. They fight for what they want, even when everyone else says it can't be done. They take risks, make sacrifices, and push through barriers. That's how legends are made. You've seen it. The ones who rise above are the ones willing to do what others won't. They show up early, stay late, and never make excuses. They turn setbacks into lessons, failures into fuel. Be that guy who refuses to be average. Average doesn't win championships, change the world, or leave a legacy. But greatness can, and greatness starts with one decision: to be that guy. There will come a point when you realize it's not about how hard you've fallen, but how many times you've gotten back up. Life will always throw obstacles in your way, but how you respond to them determines who you become. Be that guy who rises after every fall, who isn't afraid to fail, because failure is just a stepping stone on the path to success. You learn, you grow, and you come back stronger. Stop waiting for someone to tell you it's your time. Don't wait for permission. The world doesn't care about your excuses. It only cares about results. Let your actions speak louder than your words. Be that guy who shows up every day no matter the obstacles, who works when no one's watching, who keeps pushing when others have given up. Be that guy who's so relentless that nothing can stop him. If you want to make a difference in your life, achieve your dreams, you must be willing to work harder than ever before. You must be ready to do what others won't. And when you get tired, push even harder. You're not doing this for you alone. You're doing it for those who depend on you, who look up to you. Be that guy who shows them what's possible. Be the example they need to see. You're capable of greatness. Don't let anyone or anything tell you otherwise. The only limit to your success is the one you place on yourself. Stop holding back. Stop waiting for the perfect moment. The moment is now. Be that guy who seizes the moment, who steps up and does the world. Show the world what happens when you stop making excuses and start making progress. You're not a mistake. You are the result of your choices. Choose to be better. Choose to be relentless. Be that guy who does whatever it takes to reach the top. No excuses, no regrets, just results. Ask yourself, what kind of person do you want to be? Do you want to fade into the background, living a life of mediocrity? Or do you want to rise above, lead the charge, and inspire others to follow? The choice is yours. Be that guy. The world needs you to be that guy. The truth is, you're only limited by what you believe about yourself. Every day offers a chance to rewrite your story, to take another step toward the person you're meant to become. But it won't happen by accident. You don't wake up one day and magically become the person you dream of being. You have to put in the work, day in, day out, relentlessly. Doesn't matter how many times you've failed or how many people doubt you. What matters is that you keep going. Be that guy who refuses to accept defeat. Don't quit because of setbacks. Embrace them. Every failure is just a lesson in disguise, a lesson that gets you closer to your goal. Be that guy who turns pain into progress, using every negative as fuel to keep moving forward. When everyone else is taking shortcuts, be that guy who does it the hard way, the right way. It might not be glamorous or easy, but that's what separates the winners from the losers. Winners are willing to put in the work even when no one is watching. Be that guy who doesn't seek validation or applause. The real rewards come from the grind, the hustle, the late nights. Not the spotlight, but in those quiet moments when you're doing what others won't. That's where your success is built. You might look around and see others getting ahead, and it might seem like luck is on their side. But be that guy who knows luck doesn't exist. It's about consistency, making sacrifices, and sticking to your plan when everyone else is distracted. While they're partying, you're working. While they're sleeping, you're grinding. Be that guy who doesn't stop at the first sign of difficulty. Real success isn't about how you start. It's about how you finish. Here's the secret. Success is simple. Just don't quit. People think it's about being the most talented, the smartest, or the luckiest. It's not. Success is about being the one who outlasts everyone else, who keeps showing up, who keeps pushing, who never gives up. Be that guy who keeps going, even when the world seems against him. Make up your mind to succeed no matter what, and turn that into your reality. Your circumstances don't define you. Your mindset does. Your commitment does. Your ability to keep going when everyone else falls off is what sets you apart. Be that guy who doesn't make excuses, doesn't blame others, and takes responsibility for his actions. Be that guy who makes things happen, no matter how tough the road gets. This isn't about perfection. It's not about avoiding failure. It's about being the one who keeps learning, keeps improving, and keeps fighting for what's his. There's no such thing as an overnight success. Every successful person you admire has gone through the grind, has faced struggles, and has thought about quitting. But they didn't. Be that guy who gets up when everyone else is too tired to move, who fights when everyone else is ready to give up, who pushes forward when the world says it's not worth it. You don't listen to the world, you listen to your heart. And your heart tells you that you're destined for greatness. But greatness doesn't come easy. It comes from hard work, persistence, and being relentless. When the days get long, when the road feels impossible, be that guy who rises to the challenge, who steps up when it's time to be great. No one else will do it for you. You have to take control of your life and grab hold of your destiny. Be that guy who decides, enough is enough. The time to change is now. Life isn't meant to be easy. It's meant to be earned. And the only way to earn it is by showing up, day after day. Be that guy who shows up when others take shortcuts, who puts in the work when others take breaks, who sacrifices now for the future he wants. Be that guy who's willing to endure, to go as far as it takes to be the best. If you're not ready to give everything, then you're not serious about greatness. And greatness is what you were made for. You might look at others who've made it and wonder how they did it. The answer is simple. They didn't quit. They stayed in the game when others dropped out. They kept showing up, even when the odds were stacked against them. Be that guy who shows up day in and day out, because success doesn't happen by accident. It happens through effort, and you're willing to put in that effort. Be that guy who knows what it takes, who sacrifices, who fights when others are done, who keeps pushing even when the finish line seems far away. And when you do, you'll realize something amazing. The finish line wasn't as far as you thought. The moment you commit, everything changes. Success starts to feel within reach. It feels like something you can grab. This is your life. You only get one shot. Be that guy who makes the most of it. Take every opportunity, every challenge, every failure, and turn it into something great. The world is waiting for someone like you to step up and be that guy. So are you ready? Are you ready to stop making excuses, to stop holding back, and to step into the greatness that's waiting for you? The choice is yours. Be that guy. The truth is, nothing worth having comes easy. Success is a battle, and it's one you must fight every single day. You can't afford to take days off when you're aiming to be the best. You can't slow down when others are just getting started. Be that guy who rises above mediocrity, who refuses to let excuses control his life. The world will tell you it's okay to be average, to settle, to take the easy way out. But here's the truth. Average gets you nowhere. It's the place where dreams go to die, where people wait for change without ever making it happen. Be that guy who doesn't wait for opportunity to knock. He creates it. Imagine a world full of people who did the bare minimum, who didn't challenge themselves or fight for more. It would be a world stuck in the past, without progress. You don't want to be part of that world. Be that guy who breaks the cycle, the one who leads by example, who pushes through obstacles when no one else will. The world will try to knock you down, make you doubt yourself, and make you question your worth. Those moments of doubt aren't a reflection of who you are. They're tests. The world is testing your resolve, seeing if you're ready for greatness. If you give in to those doubts, you're giving up on everything you're capable of. Be that guy who stands strong when the world pushes back. Keep your head high and your eyes on the prize. You've heard the saying, the harder the battle, the sweeter the victory. It's true. The harder you fight, the greater the reward. Every drop of sweat, every tear, every sacrifice brings you closer to something greater. Be that guy who embraces the grind, who loves the hard work, who pushes through discomfort, knowing that it's temporary and success is forever. Winning isn't about being the best. It's about being better than you were yesterday. It's about improving every day, constantly pushing yourself past your limits. Every day is an opportunity to become the best version of yourself. Be that guy who sees every day as a chance to grow, who refuses to settle, who never stops learning. The moment you stop learning, you stop growing. So, keep moving forward. You have all the tools you need. Strength, intelligence, grit, and willpower. The only question is, what are you going to do with them? Will you let them go to waste, or will you make every second count? Be that guy who steps up to the challenge and makes the most of every opportunity. Don't let fear hold you back. The world is waiting for what you have to offer. The question is, are you ready to give? I get it. Sometimes it feels like the universe is against you. You'll feel like you're walking uphill, like no matter how hard you push, you're not getting anywhere. But that's exactly when you must keep going. Be that guy who understands that struggle is part of the process. Embrace it. This is the moment that will define you. This is where you decide to keep going, no matter what. When everyone else takes the easy route, be that guy who rises above. When others settle, you rise. When they stay comfortable, you challenge yourself. Be that guy who steps out of his comfort zone and into greatness. Comfort keeps you stuck. Be that guy who chooses discomfort. who chooses the road less traveled. That's the road to success. The comfort zone never will be. You're capable of far more than you realize. Be that guy who knows that and acts on it. Stop doubting yourself. Stop questioning your potential. The only thing standing between you and greatness is the belief that you can't do it. Once you change that belief and realize you control your destiny, you'll see just how much you can achieve. Be that guy who believes in himself and starts taking action. You want to make an impact? Leave a legacy? It starts with one decision. Be that guy who does the hard work, who doesn't cut corners, and who keeps going when the going gets tough. Be that guy who faces life's challenges and says, "I will not quit. I will not give up." That's how legends are born. The road to success is not easy. It's paved with sweat, sacrifice, and tears. But those willing to walk it are the ones who see their dreams realized. Be that guy who's ready to put in the work, make the sacrifices, and fight for what he wants. On the other side of that struggle is a life that's not defined by limitations, but by what you chose to overcome. So here's the question. It's not whether you can do it, it's will you. Will you rise to the challenge? Will you push through the pain? Will you show up every single day, no matter what? Be that guy. And when you're standing at the top, looking down at everything you've achieved, you'll know the fight was worth it. All the sacrifices, all the struggles led you to this moment. The truth is, no one hands you success on a silver platter. Be that guy who understands that success is earned, not given. It's built through hard work, commitment, and sacrifice, day in, day out. It's not about waiting for your moment. It's about creating it. You create that moment by showing up when it's hard, when you're tired, when everyone else is making excuses. Think about the people you admire, the legends who changed the world. What made them great? It wasn't talent or circumstances. It was their refusal to quit, their obsession with the process, and their willingness to put in the work when no one was watching. They didn't wait for opportunities. They made them. They didn't wait to be ready. They started and figured it out along the way. Be that guy who takes control of his future and stopped waiting for the perfect time. You must develop a mindset that doesn't back down, a mindset that thrives on pressure. Be that guy who gets stronger under pressure, who uses adversity to sharpen himself. Every challenge is an opportunity to become better. Every setback is a setup for a comeback. Remember, every challenge is not just a fight to win, but a fight to transform. The grind builds character. The struggles shape your legacy. When you push through tough moments, despite the pain, you unlock your true potential. Be that guy who steps into the fire, knowing it will forge you into someone capable of reaching the next level. Don't let distractions pull you off course. Life is full of noise, but be that guy who stays focused on the big picture. Keep your eyes on your goals and don't let anything get in the way. Distractions will always be there, but they're not your responsibility. Be that guy who stays disciplined, hungry, and true to his purpose, even when the world says quit. Every time you choose to show up, you shape your future. Every decision, every action, every thought builds the person you'll become. If you want to be great, to be a legend, then be that guy who does the small things that lead to big results. It's the consistent actions, extra hours, extra miles, that add up. When no one's watching, that's when you show what you're made of. Be that guy who refuses to let his circumstances define him. You are not a product of your past or environment. You're a product of your choices. Every day is a new opportunity to rewrite your story. If you're not where you want to be, it's time to change that. Be that guy who takes control of his future. No one will believe in you until you believe in yourself first. Be that guy who not only believes in himself, but proves it to the world. Confidence isn't bragging, It's the unwavering belief that you can succeed no matter the odds. Walk past the doubters, unfazed. The more others will believe in you. Be that guy who doesn't just set goals but relentlessly works toward them. Make sacrifices, invest your time, energy, and effort into making your dreams a reality. Set goals not just to feel good, but because you're willing to pay the price. Success isn't free. It costs everything. Be that guy who's willing to pay the price no matter how high. It won't be easy. You'll face obstacles that seem insurmountable. There will be times when you feel like quitting. But be that guy who refuses to quit, who pushes through pain, doubt, and fear. Be that guy who keeps going no matter how tough it gets. The most powerful person is the one who refuses to accept defeat. The most dangerous person is the one determined to succeed. And that person is you. You're capable of more than you give yourself credit for. Be that guy who stops doubting yourself and embraces failure as part of the process. Failure is not the end. It's a lesson on the road to success. Every setback is a setup for something greater. Be that guy who takes risks, who fails forward, and who keeps pushing. Here's the bottom line. Be that guy who never stops, who refuses to accept mediocrity, who refuses to let fear dictate his future, who keeps pushing no matter the odds, who sacrifices, works, learns, grows, who steps up when everyone else steps back, who gives everything he's got because he knows it's the only way to win. The truth is, success doesn't come overnight, and that's okay. There are no shortcuts on the journey. The road to success is long, filled with challenges and moments when you'll feel like giving up. But be that guy who stays the course, understanding that the journey is just as important as the destination. Don't rush it or cut corners. The work is where you build character, resolve, and strength. Every step forward, no matter how small, brings you closer to your goal. The difference between those who succeed and those who don't is simple. They never quit. Success isn't about being the smartest, most talented, or luckiest. It's about sticking with it when everyone else walks away. Be that guy who sees obstacles as opportunities and challenges as stepping stones. The moment you decide you won't quit is the moment success becomes inevitable. Life will throw doubts, fears, setbacks, and the unexpected your way. But be that guy who knows setbacks don't define you. They refine you. They make you stronger. The pressure you face, the hardships you endure, are shaping you into the person you need to become to succeed. So when life knocks you down, get up. Be that guy who rises stronger, taking every punch and moving forward. Time is your most valuable resource. Be that guy who maximizes every minute. Don't waste time complaining, blaming, or wishing things were different. Use every moment to build toward your goals. While others waste time, you're investing in yourself. When they're distracted, you're focused. When they give up, you double down. You have the potential to do more than you can imagine, but that potential will remain untapped unless you put in the work. It's not enough to say, "I want this." Be that guy who works when others rest, pushes when they stop, and goes all in on his dreams. Ambition without action means nothing. The relentless pursuit of your goals is what turns dreams into reality. The hardest part isn't the work itself, it's deciding to commit, no matter what. It's about staying the course even when it's uncomfortable, when you're tired, and when you're ready to quit. Be that guy who makes the decision that nothing will stand in his way, who doesn't let fear, feelings, or circumstances hold him back. When the world tells you your dreams are too big, too unrealistic, or too difficult, be that guy who says, "Watch me." The world doesn't define what you can or can't do. You do. Don't let doubts hold you back. Your potential is limitless. Change your belief, and you change everything. And when you achieve success, don't stop. Success isn't a destination, it's a mindset. Be that guy who keeps going, keeps evolving, and keeps pushing himself to be better. even after reaching what others would call greatness. The true measure of success isn't how far you've come, it's how far you're willing to go. Fear of failure holds most people back. But here's the truth. Failure isn't the end. It's part of the process, the path to greatness. Be that guy who embraces failure, who learns from it, and uses it to grow stronger. The more you fail, the more you learn, and the more you learn, the closer you get to your goals. Failure isn't something to fear, it's something to welcome. Because every failure teaches you what success never will. Don't look for the easy way. Be that guy who works for his success, who grinds every day, who sacrifices. Be the guy who gets up early and stays late. Don't wait for opportunity to find you. Be that guy who goes out and creates it. And when you look back at your life, knowing how far you've come, you'll see that every drop of sweat, every ounce of effort, every hour spent pushing yourself was worth it. Success isn't about how easy it is, or how much you enjoy the process. It's about knowing you gave everything. Be that guy who leaves no stone unturned, who sees every day as a chance to grow and get closer to his goals, who doesn't stop, doesn't rest, doesn't quit until he's done everything he can to reach his potential. Be that guy who refuses to settle for anything less than greatness. You have everything you need to succeed. Be that guy who takes action and doesn't wait for someone to hand him success. You've got the tools, the drive, and the willpower to make your dreams a reality. Now go out and make it happen. Be that guy. Not everyone will understand your journey, and that's okay. People are quick to judge. They don't see what you see, feel what you feel, or carry the weight you do every day. They'll tell you to slow down, take it easy, or even call you crazy. But here's the truth. You're not living for their approval. You're living for yourself, the future version of you that's stronger, wiser, and beyond the limitations of those who doubt you. They won't understand the late nights, the sacrifices, or the countless hours you've spent building your dream. They won't see the heartache, the failures, or the times you almost quit. But you didn't. They see the results, but they don't see the fire it took to get there. And that's why they doubt you. They can't see what's hidden beneath the surface. They don't understand because they haven't walked your path. They haven't felt the burning desire to rise above, to push past their limits, to do the impossible. They don't know the darkness you fought through, or the self-doubt you've battled in silence. What they'll never see is the strength it took to keep moving when the world wanted you to stop. They'll never know how much it hurt to keep going when every part of you wanted to quit. But don't let their misunderstanding stop you. Don't let their lack of vision cloud your focus. If your journey were easy, it wouldn't be worth it. True growth is forged through struggle, through challenges that seem impossible, and a fire that doesn't burn out. Those who don't get it will try to convince you to take the easy road, but you know better. You know the easy path leads to mediocrity, and that's not where you're headed. You're destined for greatness, and no one, not even those closest to you, can take that away. You're building something they can't see. They won't understand the purpose behind your sacrifices, the early mornings, the late nights, but that's fine. You're not doing this for them. You're doing it for the person you're becoming, and that's what matters. You don't owe anyone an explanation. The only person you need to convince is yourself. Believe in yourself, even when no one else does. Keep pushing when others say you're wasting your time, because in the end, it's your life, your journey, and your success. They may never understand why you keep going. They may not see what drives you or fuels your fire, but that's okay. You don't need their validation. What matters is that you understand your why. You know why you're pushing yourself to be better, to do better. That clarity is all that matters. Keep that vision sharp in your mind, and never let anyone else's doubt steer you off course. When they call you crazy, remember this: it's the crazy ones who change the world. It's those who dare to challenge the norm, who tackle the hard things, and who break barriers that build legacies. The world won't understand the journey of a dreamer. They'll question you, try to talk you out of it, and encourage you to play it safe. But you're not here to play it safe. You're here to take risks, push boundaries, and make your mark. Stop worrying about what others think. Let them have their opinions. It doesn't change who you are or what you're capable of. They might not understand your journey now, but they will respect it when they see the results. And that's when they'll realize the price of their complacency. Keep working, keep grinding, keep pushing. Your journey is yours alone, and no one can take that from you. Keep your head down, stay focused, and let your results speak for themselves. The world doesn't need more people who fit in. It needs people willing to stand out, to push limits, to be different. The world needs those who get up after falling, learn from their mistakes, and keep moving forward. So don't let anyone tell you to stop. Don't let anyone slow you down. If they don't understand your journey, so be it. Keep your eyes on the prize. You know what you're building. You know the vision that drives you, and that's all that matters. People won't understand your journey, and that's their problem, not yours. They'll see the struggle, the sweat, the long hours, and they'll question why you keep going. They'll ask, why not take a break? Why not take the easy road? Why be content with where you are? But you know better. The easy road doesn't build strength, character, or greatness. What they don't understand is that you're not just working for today or tomorrow. You're grinding for the person you'll become, the stronger, better version of yourself that you've always envisioned. You're putting in the work now so you can live a life later that others can only dream of. And when you reach the top, when you become who you're meant to be, they'll be the ones who can't understand how you did it. But by then, you won't need their understanding. You'll know exactly what it took, and that's all that matters. They may think you're crazy for pushing so hard, sacrificing your time, comfort, and peace. They won't see the long-term vision you're working toward. But here's the truth. The ones who question you are the ones who aren't willing to do what it takes to rise. They'll look at your sacrifices and think, why would you do that to yourself? But what they don't see is that those sacrifices, that pain, and that struggle are what make you stronger. They're what separate you from the crowd. They prepare you for success, and success never comes easy. It requires sweat, blood, and relentless dedication. So when they don't get it, when they don't understand why you're pushing so hard, remember, they're not the ones walking your path. They don't feel the fire inside you. They don't know the hunger that drives you forward. Most importantly, they don't understand the cost of staying stagnant, the price of letting fear control your decisions. It's not about them. It's about you. It's about what you want out of life and how badly you're willing to fight for it. No one else will do the work for you. No one else will sacrifice for you. The only person who controls your future is you. And the only thing standing in the way of your success is you. Stop waiting for permission. Stop waiting for someone to validate you. No one is coming to save you. Life doesn't wait for you to be ready. You have to make the choice to move, to act, to take the next step, even when no one understands why. The strength you need to rise won't come from anyone but yourself. There will be days when everything feels against you. There will be days when you're tired and want to quit. But those are the days that define you. Those are the days that separate the ones who succeed from the ones who give up. In those moments, when you feel like giving in, you have to dig deeper. Remind yourself why you started. You're not just working for today, you're working for the person you're becoming. People won't always understand your journey, but that's their problem. The truth is, your journey is yours alone, and no one else will ever fully comprehend it, and that's perfectly fine. What matters is that you know why you're doing it. You understand the value of the work, the sacrifices, and the struggle. Without them, you'd never become the person you're meant to be, and that's enough. So keep going, even when no one believes in you. Keep pushing when the world tells you to stop. Keep moving when it feels like everything is falling apart. Because in the end, when you reach the top, when you achieve what you set out to do, it won't matter who understood your journey. What will matter is that you stayed true to yourself. You didn't quit when everyone else gave up. That's what makes you a winner. When people look at you and wonder how you did it, just smile and keep going, because they won't understand. And that's how it should be. Your journey wasn't meant to be understood by everyone. It was meant to be lived by you. When you reach your success and look back at everything you've accomplished, you won't need anyone to understand. The work will speak for itself. The results will speak for themselves. And deep down, you'll know that every struggle, every sacrifice, every moment of doubt was worth it. So go out there and don't just live. Live with purpose. Live with intensity. Live with the knowledge that your journey is yours and no one can take that from you. Keep going, keep grinding, and when people look at you, let them wonder how you did it. Let them wonder, because their doubt is just fuel for your fire. You don't need their approval. You don't need their understanding. All you need is your belief in yourself, your vision of the future, and the relentless drive to make it happen. When you understand that your journey is yours and no one else's, that's when the real magic happens. That's when you rise. That's when you show the world what you're made of. And that's when they'll finally understand, even if it's too late. But by then, you won't need them to. The world is full of distractions. People who want you to fail, to stay in line, to give up. But you're not here to please anyone else. You're here to prove something to yourself. You're here to show what you're truly capable of. Pushing past every obstacle, rising higher than anyone thought possible. Don't let the noise, the doubts, or the critics stop you. They don't see the fire inside you. They don't understand what it's like to wake up every day with the weight of your ambitions pushing you forward, even when the road feels impossible. They don't understand your relentless drive to be more, to do more, to make every second count. Here's the truth most people won't admit. They're afraid of their own potential. They're afraid to chase what they really want. They're afraid to face the struggle, put in the work, and sacrifice for something bigger than themselves. That's why they'll criticize, tell you to slow down, and encourage you to take the easier road. But you know what? You've heard it all before, and you're still going. You know that the only way to achieve greatness is to stay in the fight, even when it seems impossible. It's easy to stop when no one is watching, but it's in those quiet moments, when the world is silent, that you must dig deeper. You have to remember why you started in the first place. Your journey isn't easy, but it's yours. Own it, walk it. Keep fighting for it, even when they don't understand, even when they don't believe. One day, they'll see. And when they do, it won't matter. You'll already be where you need to be. You'll have built something that no one can take from you. And here's the thing. The people who doubt you now, they won't matter then. The ones who told you it couldn't be done, the ones who said you weren't good enough, they won't be around when you make it to the top. They'll be stuck in their own mediocrity, while you stand in the life you've worked so hard to create. Success isn't about making everyone else understand. It's about making yourself proud. It's about pushing through the hard days, the lonely nights, and those moments when it feels like everything is falling apart. Success isn't handed to you. It's earned through struggle, through sweat, through discipline. It's earned by showing up every day, even when you don't feel like it. It's earned by keeping your focus, ignoring distractions, and doing the work. When you look back on how far you've come, the people who doubted you won't matter. You'll have proven them wrong. And more importantly, you'll have proven to yourself that you were willing to sacrifice, struggle, and fight for the life you wanted. That victory is yours, and no one can ever take it from you. So let them doubt, let them criticize, let them question you. It won't stop you. It will only fuel you. Keep pushing, Keep grinding, because the only person who can stop you is you. And you're not stopping. Not now. Not ever. Your journey is bigger than anyone else's understanding. And that's okay, because you're doing it for you. You're doing it to become the person you were always meant to be. That's the most powerful reason to keep going. When the world doesn't get it, you'll be the one standing tall. When everyone else is complaining, you'll be the one taking action. When the critics are waiting for you to fail, you'll be the one celebrating victory. And in the end, you'll know the truth. It was worth it. So keep your head up, your focus sharp, and your heart strong. Your journey is yours, and no one can take it from you. And in the end, that's all that matters. Your journey is unique. It doesn't follow the ordinary path, and that's why people won't always understand it. But guess what? You're not meant to be ordinary. You're destined for something greater. While others search for shortcuts, looking for an easy way out, you're here, grinding away, doing what most won't. That's what sets you apart. The world doesn't like to see someone work for success. It's easier for others to make excuses, to say it's too hard, or to blame circumstances. But not you. You don't make excuses. You don't let the world dictate your path. You keep going, even when everyone else is sitting back, taking the easy route. But this isn't about easy. It's about real. It's about doing the work, facing the tough days, and showing up when you feel like you have nothing left to give. It's about pushing forward when the odds are stacked against you. It's about knowing that every challenge, every setback, every moment of pain is another step in your growth. And those moments, they define you. They shape you into the person you were meant to be. The people who don't understand your journey don't see this. They don't see how each small step forward adds up, how much mental fortitude it takes to push beyond your limits. Here's the truth. They may never see it. They may never understand. But when you reach your goal, when you've built the life you've dreamed of, their opinions won't matter. The ones who doubted you will fade into the background while you'll stand tall, knowing you didn't quit. You didn't listen to the critics or the naysayers. You kept going. And that's what makes you different. Life isn't a straight line. It's filled with obstacles, detours, and roadblocks that can knock you down. But those who succeed are the ones who refuse to be stopped. They push forward even when the road ahead is unclear. They trust the process, knowing that every step, every day of hard work, and every moment of doubt is part of the journey to something greater. You'll face rejection. You'll hear people tell you it's too hard, that you can't, that you should give up. They'll make you question your dreams. But those are the moments when you dig in. Those are the moments when you look in the mirror and remind yourself why you're doing this. Because when you know your why, when you understand the purpose behind your actions, nothing can shake you. No amount of negativity, doubt, or failure can stop you. You become unstoppable. That's the mindset you need. The mindset that no matter how hard it gets, you will keep going. You will never quit. You will keep pushing, even when no one understands. And here's the best part. The work, the sacrifices, the struggle, it's all temporary. This isn't forever. The pain, the exhaustion, the setbacks, they will pass. But what will remain is the person you've become, the strength you've built, the lessons you've learned. That is what will define you. People won't understand your journey now, but when they see the results, when they see who you've become, when they see the life you built, they'll understand. And when they ask you how you did it, you can tell them, I never stopped. I kept going, no matter what. The world will never understand your journey, and that's exactly why it's yours. You're not meant to fit into anyone else's box. You're meant to break free, carve your own path, and walk your own road. And the more you push forward, the more you prove to yourself that you can do this, the less their opinions will matter. You are unstoppable. You are stronger than you think. And this journey will shape you into someone destined for greatness. So don't stop. Don't slow down. Keep moving. Because the only thing that matters is where you're headed. And you're headed to something great.